I think he touched on pretty much every...
Oh, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
You don't know about real loss.
The Good Will Hunting.
Because it only occurs when you
With
love
Matt
something
Damon?
more than you love
Damon.
yourself.
Matt Damon.
Matt
whatever.
Damien.
He's not evil.
Yeah, he doesn't have 666 on his head.
Patch Adams. That was probably one of the best ones I've ever seen him play in.
Yeah. Dead Poets Society. Yeah, he's had a long list of good movies. The only one I haven't really think I've ever watched was
Angriest Man in Brooklyn?
No.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that one.
the World According to Garp or whatever.
I think he's a Russian immigrant.
Yeah,
No,
World
that's the
According
name.
to Garp.
Was it?
World According to Garp, yeah.
Yeah, I remember as a kid seeing parts like with what's his name dressed up like a woman in it. I think doesn't
Dustin
like
Hoffman?
No, I'm thinking of a different one then.
You're not thinking Tootsie?
No. In the movie
that
there's
was-
a guy the guy who plays in Harry and the Hendersons plays the father. He's in that movie
John
as well.
Lithgow?
Yeah, and he dresses up like a woman. He's not gay. I think he's just dresses in women's clothing. I remember.
Cross-dresser.
Yeah, that's one movie I've never really watched, but I remember clips of it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I don't know. When I've heard, I know the details now of how he died, but when I first heard it, I right away thought of the movie that he played the father in World's Greatest Dad.
Oh.
With Bobcat Goldthwait was the director writer, and in there his kid dies from
asphyxiation,
choking himself while jerking off.
Yeah.
And he died in it basically
Exotic
choking and
asphyxiation
sitting
or
in a chair
something.
position.
Autoerotica.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
That's how Michael Hutchins from
Yeah.
INXS ended up dying.
Well, right away when I heard that they found him in a sitting position, strangling himself, I'm going, did anybody think he might have been jerking off? But after I found out the details of it,
So
obviously
I
that's
really
not
don't
the
know
case.
all the details. I know he choked himself, but I think he tried to cut himself as well.
Yeah, he slit his wrists and then he hung himself. And I heard he hung the rope or whatever was in the door jamb, and he shut the door and sat back basically. So he was in a sitting position.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did it with a belt.
A belt, that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I said. I mean, it's kind of sad. But I mean, he got Parkinson's and he's going through depression. A lot of people talk about the depression.
Well, he should have been talking to Michael J. Fox about how he coped with it too.
Yeah.
It seems like he's doing well.
I think the depression though is the kicker.
I think that would overruled a lot of the stuff he's had because he was dealing with depression for a very long
So this
time.
brings up a question though: is there anything that would? I think we might have talked about this in the past, out of the 147 shows we have. But is there anything in your life that would happen to you, not like anyone in your life, but just you physically, that would make you want to end yourself?
Oh boy.
Not really. I mean, but yeah, you'd have to put yourself into that position if you had depression or if you had, where you were being bullied enough where you don't, I mean, it's hard to say because if it doesn't happen to you, you don't know.
Yeah.
You can only assume or what could happen, but you wouldn't know until you're put in that position.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's hard to say. I mean,
so there's nothing right off the top of your head?
Right off the top of my mind, no, I would not. I would try to fight. If I had cancer, terminal cancer, and I was going to die, I would do everything I could every day to make my day. To make it memorable until I passed.
Okay. But you wouldn't go
I
in and
would
get
not
chemo.
kill myself. No, I mean, I'd go chemo. I'd fight it.
Oh, I would.
But I would still. I mean, if there's a chance that you could fight it with chemotherapy or something like this, but I'd still. Live my life like every day's my last day.
You'd
Make
have
it
the
as
will to
memorable
live
as I
yet.
can. I mean, I'm not going to give up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people if you have a bunch of things happening to you, and everything they've tried it hasn't been working, and it's just everything's going down. I mean, because I also heard that they canceled the Crazy Ones, Williams's TV show that was on TV called Crazy Ones, where he was an advertising agent. And I guess they canceled that, and
they had to.
No. I mean, prior to him killing himself, and he didn't
So-
know where his career was going after that because he had nothing going because they started canceling stuff. They canceled that show and that on him, and that was the
Yeah,
only
I
thing
don't
he had to go.
I don't think big time actors going to TV is such a bad thing. I mean,
Well,
there's a lot
but-
of people that
but-
talk about
but,
that
you
being
know,
like a.
Actually, you get paid more doing television than you would movies.
But I mean, he had, with his depression and everything else, and they canceled the show because I guess the numbers weren't good or something like this. He just fell deeper and deeper in
We
depression.
can assume that.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of blows my mind too. As being such a funny guy as he was, how could somebody that funny
Be so
to us
depressed.
be so depressed?
You just
You
never
think
know.
he'd be able to, entertain himself
yeah.
if he's, whatever. But
He dealt with so much. Alcoholism. He dealt with drugs.
well, I know he was
dealt
in the
with,
drugs pretty bad.
Depression also. He went for
Rehabilitation.
not rehabilitation. To where he would help his addiction. For drugs and alcohol.
What's that word? What's the
Can't
word
think of
I was
it.
thinking about?
It's not
Help me out.
rehabilitation. Well,
Drug house. I don't fucking remember. I'm drawing a blank.
I'll think of it when we're not talking about it.
Yeah.
But
I
he
can
went
think
for
of
help.
rehab.
Rehab.
Rehab,
That's
there you
it.
go.
Yeah, he went for rehab.
Rehabilitation.
Amy
Yeah.
Winehouse.
Yeah, but I mean, he went for rehab. He was successfully drug free and alcohol free for
It's
almost
rehabilitation.
It
for
is
Yeah,
27.
it's a
you know.
shorter version of it.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
well, whatever.
I think he was thinking about the walker, where you have to try to learn to walk.
But it was like
Medical.
17 years he was free, clean from alcohol and drugs,
Yeah.
and then he relapsed. And then the depression set in again, and all this other stuff. So,
Yeah.
that's
that
what
was
happened.
a true Dixon Cider moment. Right?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot more other people we've lost in the last few weeks as well. I mean, there's a lot of good actors and famous people that we've lost.
Richard
but-
Attenborough,
Yeah.
famous actor and producer and director and writer. The one for
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park was probably one
Chase
of the
was
most
even
money.
asking me about him. He says if they're going to be making another one, they got to bring him back. And I didn't know if he was alive yet.
He just passed away here. About 2 weeks ago, I think it was. He passed away. Richard Attenborough.
What was that?
Richard Attenborough.
He was the old man that
He
did
was the
whole,
old guy that says, "I'll pay no,
spare no expense.
spare no expense."
He was white hair.
Yeah, the white haired with the grandpa with the 2 kids
His name
was Richard.
No.
in the movie.
Oh, I don't know what his name. And
Hammond.
he's from
Hammond. John Hammond.
John Hammond. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but God, that was about it. I think. I mean, I know the two. I know there was a few other people.
Well, before that, you had Paul Walker. You had
yeah, that was.
Philip
Yeah, but
Seymour Hoffman.
I'm talking
he
about the last
died.
time we were on from
Yeah.
to now.
I really can't think of any other ones off the top of my head.
No more
Not
dead
off the top of
people.
your head, no.
Oh, speaking of people that supposedly died
Yeah.
and he came back in the limelight. I don't know if this is bullshit or not, but they said that Tupac Shakur was in hiding for 18 years and he's finally out of hiding.
Really?
Yeah.
And they actually had pictures of him standing with Beyonce and shit.
Edited.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if it was horse shit or not. But
Hold on. No,
You
I
can
gotta go to
edit-
the
you can
fucking...
edit a lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
it says
but-
Tupac Shakur came out of hiding because they said he was gunned down in 1993 or 92 in front of a club or some shit like that, and now he is coming back out of hiding after 18 years or some shit. Alive.
Okay, hold on a second here.
After nearly 18 years, Tupac comes out of hiding.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
pulling it up.
hoax.
International Business Times.
No,
Tupac Shakur alive. Hoax goes viral. Rapper hanging out with Beyonce is fake.
Okay.
Sure, of course. He's dead.
Why is everything so fucking slow?
I don't know.
Well, that's what happens after a month of hiatus.
Yeah.
Hey, not that word.
Vacation. What was it, a month of vacation?
Fuck that shit. Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of people that say that, like with Tupac or Biggie Smalls are still alive.
I don't even see
Yeah, I mean,
it.
Suge Knight just got shot again.
Hell, they just
some
say
party.
they keep saying that about Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
That he's still alive.
Tupac
you know?
and Elvis are in Mexico
Now that
hanging out.
yeah, that, you know.
Yeah, they're giving it to each
Well,
other. in their
how old
asses.
would
They're in
Elvis
Jamaica.
Presley be today?
Rolling
He'd be,
blunts.
What, 80?
Bob Marley, yeah.
Well, I mean, Elvis Presley would be, what, 80-some years old?
Something like that, yeah.
How could he be
Would you
hanging
really even want to look at him?
No,
Yeah.
not really.
He'd
Yeah,
be
they're
stepping
all-
on his blue suede balls by now.
Suede balls. Blue suede balls.
Yeah.
No shoes.
I guess after that many years of no sex, you probably would have blue balls.
So has everybody here done the Ice Bucket Challenge?
The ALS.
ALS?
Yeah.
Mr. Tyler hasn't done it.
No,
I
it
mean,
hasn't.
Brad hasn't.
Yeah.
He was nominated, but he hasn't yet.
What?
I can't
What?
believe, I
It's
can't
way
believe,
past 24 hours. but
I can't believe that has gone so viral.
Oh, it has. But you know, they have
Just for
collected
awareness.
just since the Ice Bucket Challenge has happened. ALS has received over $2.2 million since this has happened since July.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was more than that.
No, it was like 2.2 million since July though. That was since July.
I don't know how long. I was hearing something about.
But how much of that
100
is actually
million
going
or
to go to
something.
research?
Well, they say only 7%.
That's not a lot.
No, because they have to pay their officers. They got all this other stuff. They had a pie chart of where all the money goes, and it was just a small 7% sliver that went to research, which is stupid. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it should be the other way around. It's a great foundation and everything, but I think it's stupid at how they split up the money.
Do you know how?
You know?
Do you know how the Ice Bucket Challenge started?
No.
No,
The origin of it.
no.
No, what's
It
the
was-
origin story?
Just saw it on ESPN just a few days, or I saw it on the internet. It was a ESPN
Sports thing.
clip,
Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da.
but there was a college baseball player from I'm not sure of what team in college, but I can't remember.
That's all right, brother.
I don't remember
So
what.
he's a baseball player. What happened to him?
He was diagnosed with ALS,
Okay.
and then obviously the condition took over, and when he was
Lou Gehrig's disease.
when he was fully bound to the wheelchair, I'm drawing blanks on some details.
Yeah.
He challenged
somebody
America
famous.
to,
Oh, okay.
or he challenged, I think, because it started. What I started seeing it as is pro athletes doing it, and
Yeah.
then it started spreading
Like
to
famous,
Trickling
more
down
famous
everybody
trickling
else.
down to
Yeah.
the rest of the United States. He challenged somebody to do it, and then that's where somebody
heard-
with ALS challenged somebody to do an ice bucket challenge and donate,
Yeah.
and then it just spread like wildfire.
I also heard too that the sensation of you getting the ice cold water on your body
That's
is
part of it.
it simulates kind of that split second of what they go
That's
through
why it's supposed
all
to be
day long.
ice water,
Yeah.
not just
Because
water
they
out of
feel
your
that
faucet.
all day long. It's like, "Ugh," that big shock
Yeah.
to your
I
system.
didn't
Oh,
know
I
that.
don't know. My
That's what it was
brain.
supposed
my-
to simulate that you getting that split second feeling of not being able to move.
All I know is my brain felt like, you know how when you drink or drink like the ices or something like that,
You get
and you
brain
get that
freeze?
brain freeze.
Yeah.
That did that for about 5,
or you
10
take
minutes.
a big bite of ice cream.
Oh, it was just
How'd Vaughn feel? You got it too.
No, he got it too.
You see his
my
video?
grandson.
I didn't see
He
Vaughn.
got
Just
it.
as Robert as Freak poured the water over his head,
Vaughn
came
come up
running
at me and he got it just as wet. So I said we kind of did we didn't do a video or anything of it, but we
You know what we should do?
we posted it up there stating that, okay, now because Vaughn did it, Uncle Lester, Aunt Charlene, and Julia has to do it. He nominates those three. I saw Kenneth do it,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen. Oh, I think Charlene did it too, but I'm not sure.
I didn't
but,
see Charlene do it.
but it was kind of freaky though.
We should almost put those on our site for the Dixon Cider Show in the video section so everybody can check it out. But yeah, I got nominated by Clint Felton, our friend and fellow podcaster, and he called me out on it, so I couldn't tell him no, so I did it.
Yeah.
And then I nominated Ice and Irv to do it. And then Ice did it. He
There's
seemed pretty
mine.
happy. I was kind of surprised how happy he
That
looked
was
on his
mine.
video. And
yeah,
you go
but-
to Irv's video, he looked like somebody fucking stole his fleshlight again.
And there's Sean's.
And he was so fucking pissed off.
Or
Look on
sixes.
your face. It's like,
I was just having a
this
hard.
little fucking midget made me do
It's like,
this.
all right, fucking
Get this shit over with.
It wasn't really.
I didn't post yours up there on mine, but
It just seemed like you were just all pissed off. It's like,
I wasn't really mad. I was exhausted. I was hot. I was sweating. I did a bunch of shit around the house. I was
perfect
tired.
ice challenge.
And
Cool.
that's what I
Perfect
said. I was like, I'm
and
gonna
cool.
get in the shower. It's perfect time to do it. I said, so let's get this done, you know. And I went out there and of course, you know, I had people telling me what I had to say and what to do. And I was like, fuck, I'll just say whatever the fuck I want. Leave me alone.
That's what I did.
so it was
So,
kind of the
I was
irritated from everything
and
else
just-
before the video
Yeah,
started.
yeah. And it was like, all right, you know.
There was-
and it's not like I've never jumped in a fucking polar bear jump. I mean, so
Polar
to me
bear
it was
jump?
like, yeah, polar bear jump.
Polar
but-
plunge?
Yeah.
Boy, we know. There's one person that did it that I was very surprised that did it. I thought she was just gonna. My mom.
Your mom did it?
My
Yeah,
mom did it.
after what,
Yeah.
a 500, she said 500-mile bike ride?
Yeah.
And then right when they get back, not an actual pedal bike, but a motorcycle ride.
But then Mark Krawczyk got nominated. And he
I
did
think
he,
Mark was
he did a
really
great. I liked
original.
that. Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It
like
was like
almost like a little mini
was like-
movie type thing.
it was like the Evil Dead kind of.
Yes, it was.
I'm trying
It
to
was.
find it right
The
now.
bucket
but-
chasing after him. You can
I
post
hear
his
it.
up there too. Yeah.
That was
That
actually
was pretty
cool.
neat.
Have you
I
seen
like
this,
it.
Red?
Mark Krashek's? No.
Yeah, this is actually funny as hell.
I
mean,
fucking laughed and cried. I was fucking
he's talking. He talks on the phone about how everybody else doing the challenge, putting. It's funny as
I
hell.
heard him say he
Donate
turned it into like a
the
short
challenge of
movie.
yeah, it's a short
Challenge of the bucket.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I already donated, but yet they challenged me to get ice on my head. And
I love it.
ALS is an organization that looks for a cure
It's all Evil Dead.
for nasty disease, but
I'm telling you, it's so fucking original. So it looks like something's coming up from behind him in a movie, It's so cool.
I totally respect those guys for dumping ice bucket water on their head. I mean, everybody's doing it, but
I love this,
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty neat.
Then he slowly turns around.
hey, I'm gonna have to call you back.
And there's the bucket.
That's how it is. I made my donation. You still show up. No, you know what? The guys did it. I'm gonna do it. Let's do this.
I love how he slows it down. The fucking face is
In the
priceless.
face, yes.
Make sure you donate, people.
It's going down my crack.
No, my butt.
It's
My
on my
butt.
Oh, it's down my butt. Oh, it's down my butt.
Oh, it still brings tears to my eyes.
That
man.
is funny. I love how he did that.
Definitely. Yeah, it's cool to see shit like that. I would expect like more famous people to do shit like that.
There was a hockey player that used glacial water from glaciers in Canada.
Oh, really?
And it
wow.
had somebody in a helicopter hovering above him dump it on his
Oh,
head.
well, I guess that's pretty original.
Well, I saw one with Alan showed this one. He with Patrick Stewart, the guy that played Captain Picard from Star Trek. He didn't say nothing in his whole video. He basically
It starts off with him writing out a check to the ALS Foundation.
Yeah.
puts it off
Then
to
all
the
of a sudden he
side.
puts it off to the side. He grabs his huge, beautiful ice bucket, brings it over, grabs a
Tong.
a
Ice
highball
tong.
glass, puts it there, grabs a tong,
Puts
puts about 4 or 5 pieces of ice in there, and then he grabs, I don't know if it was his whiskey or cognac, I have no idea. I believe it was a cognac,
filled it up so much.
Fills it up so much, takes a drink, or actually goes like this to the camera, takes a drink, and that
That's
ended
it.
it. That was it. That was his challenge. It was kind of
He
cool.
had the ice, but he really already donated. So.
It was kind of cool though. I
But
thought
he
it
gave
was
up
pretty-
on the bucket challenge. Did the donate?
Look that one up.
Which one?
The
But it was
Paul-
actually pretty
Keith
cool.
Yandel.
No, the Paul Bissonnette, or I don't even know how to say
Oh,
his name.
Paul Bisonnet.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the hockey player that did the ice bucket challenge with glacial water.
Ooh, that
Well, I guess there was one actor that challenged Barack Obama to do it. He refused.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
Then you had actual President Bush, G.W. Bush. He actually had his wife.
Well, no, but if you looked at his video, he says, I don't think it's appropriate for a presidential,
Yeah.
ex-presidential to get ice water over his head. He says, I'll just donate. And after he wrote out the check and set it aside, his wife brought the bucket
I'm
over,
Keith Yandel.
threw it on his head, and he says, well, that was for me because I need the money or something. I didn't want to screw up a hairdo or something like this. It was
This is
actually
it?
kind of cool.
It's no, this isn't it. He's standing on on the top of a mountain.
Okay, so then that would be this one.
It's that right there, but
Yeah.
I don't know how far into the video it is. Yep, there it is.
Oh, that's him. So he's standing on a
Stand-
mountain.
Standing on a mountain, and that's glacial water being poured from a helicopter.
And he's a hockey player?
Yeah.
I am Keith Yandel. I'm accepting the challenge from Lauren Yandel, Danny Picard, and Antoine Vermette to raise
fuck is
awareness
this?
for ALS.
Maybe it's part of
I'm
it. I
going to
don't know.
call out Paul Bissonnette.
There.
That's probably it right there. That's
okay.
why.
Oh,
Hi, Keith Yandel. I accept your challenge.
okay. I accept a hearing aid.
Oh, that's cool. So when you got money, you can do shit like that.
So is this in Alaska?
I don't know what team he's on, but I think he's
Accepting Keith Yandel's ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, except we're going to do it with glacier water. I'd like to nominate LeBron James, the best quarterback in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers, and Russell Wilson.
Aaron Rodgers did it.
Yeah, he did do it, yes. And LeBron James did it also. I don't know if the other guy did it.
So they're going to get a tarp of that water.
Of glacier.
It's glacial
ice.
water.
Yep.
And then glacial water.
What is it?
30 degrees.
This is Comrade O'Connor. We need an airstrike. Our coordinates are still a vodka soda.
Airstrike.
Airstrike.
You would hope more famous people would do shit like that.
They put a big production into this fucking thing, too. I bet you somebody would be bitching. Well, instead of
He's getting ready for it.
He's getting scared.
I could knock him off the mountain. Oh, they just had a bucket inside the helicopter, not okay.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That's chilly.
They had good music, too.
And then that water hit you with the propeller blades going, rotor blades going down in it. That's got to be fucking cold as shit.
The guys from ESPN did it too.
Yeah.
Like Sunday NFL Countdown. But when Chris Carter did it, when he dumped the water over his head, he like dumped it over his head.
Oh,
didn't even really hit himself with it and dumped it all on Chris Berman.
It's cool that people can get together and do something like that. You know, and it's just weird that something like for ALS can make that much money, but other things that may need that money can never make that type of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guy who did that the coolest cooler.
Oh yeah,
He
that we
raised
had
$11 million.
Yeah, he was only asking for like
How much?
$150. Yeah, he was only asking for $150 for people to help production. And,
coolest.
yeah,
The
the coolest cooler. Yes,
Yeah.
the one that has all the blender and the
USB
ports and everything.
iPod
Yeah,
dock.
I mean
Speaker and
everything.
everything in it. Yeah.
Yeah, news
Over
for the
13.
coolest coolers. Oh, now it's over 13.
Now
The last
it's-
time I saw it was 11 million, but they got 13.3 million now.
Oh.
When those things are gonna hit the shelf.
The coolest Kickstarter ever raises more than 13 million, breaks record.
$13.3 million.
In a 52-day run.
Wow.
Pebble smartwatch raised 10.2 in 2012. So they broke that record with their 13.3 million.
And they have over 60,000 people contribute to the cooler
Yeah.
campaign.
Yep.
Holy jeez! Can you imagine?
People
that
want a
six-
cooler like that. I mean, it's a cool idea. And we talked, no
Well,
pun
yeah,
intended, but
we talked about it.
we talked about it. And
Yep.
I thought it was, I'd pay $199 for that fucking thing.
No, it's got a lot of stuff in it.
A lot of stuff in it that you would use if you go somewhere.
Think about you take everything and individually break that down, it's going to be well over that. By far.
This last couple days, I guess, were the most. They had 2 million,
In
2 million
24 hours.
contributors in 24 hours. $2 million worth of
See,
contribution.
can you imagine? Just take something we have today, reinvent it to make it better than what it is.
Yeah. So
What
what
you
is
could
there?
do.
What is there right now that needs better reinvention?
Oh.
Windshield wipers.
Windshield wipers.
You know, I think it just over
Sorry,
the years.
I don't think you want to plug your iPod into that.
I think
No,
over,
I'm talking about better windshield wipers, like heated windshield wipers.
Yeah.
Keep your,
with an iPod dock.
right. Yeah, no. iPod dock.
Well, you know, that is a good idea. You know, instead of taking each individual thing separately,
Mm-hmm.
you got it in one item, and that's great.
Yeah. What do you take? You know, you go somewhere and you got to pack all this shit together and
You
go
got a
with
cooler,
it.
and then you got a bag full of your plates and
Yeah.
your utensils and all that
We
shit.
got to come up with the
I don't know
portable
anybody that
iPod
goes-
studio.
There you go.
I don't know anybody that goes to the beach with a blender.
I'm sure they already have one.
Well, but you know, I mean, you already have the ice. You know, why not make a margarita while you're on the beach? You know, or a daiquiri or whatever else. You have the opportunity now.
Nobody brings a
'Cause-
blender because you have to plug a blender in.
Exactly, and here you got it's a portable, rechargeable. You know,
Then
it's
you
easy
got to
to
go buy
do.
a $30,000 pontoon just so you can plug it in.
I love sitting on. I love sitting on the bleach too.
You fucking couldn't let it go, could you?
No, I couldn't.
Oh, that's awesome. So, anything in our lives, anything fun, anything happened in the last few weeks that
Fun or
Went on
just in
vacation.
general? Just you guys were on vacation. You guys went to Lake Wisconsin, right?
Oh, yeah, shitty fishing though.
Yeah.
Shit.
I did catch a. I mean, I only caught one fish the whole week.
You
Well,
using
bass.
fish liver? You using liver?
No, I was using a spinner
You
bait
should
for
use liver.
They caught a whole bunch of clams and tried that, and that didn't do any thing.
Yeah, we sat there hacking open a bunch of clams trying to use the
what? You
clam
guys
meat.
went to a strip club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know
we
they
had
had
some
any
big
of
ones and some small ones.
I didn't think Madison had any of those.
clams.
No, strip clubs.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, you had shitty weather too, right?
Not really.
Not really. We only had a couple of days we had one day that rained and it wasn't too bad. And
Storm like
then
a bitch.
flooded out both
The storm that you
Well,
guys got up
we,
here that flooded everything up here.
Yeah.
we
Well,
got
while
that.
you guys were getting storms, we were still sitting in
sunlight,
sunny.
Yeah.
and
Oh, it was
sunny
beautiful.
weather.
It was like 80-some degrees. It was hot. It
Well,
was
we had
beautiful
that
down there.
major hailstorm that happened. That we haven't talked about that.
That
We
was
haven't been in
that was
here
before
since
we
then.
left, though.
Yeah.
I had over $13,000 or $11,000 of damage to my house.
Really?
I
You getting
didn't.
it taken care of?
Yeah,
I don't know what I've got on
Insurance
mine
company's
yet.
got it,
We
but
got-
I don't know yet.
I already got a check for my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. There were some guys at work that had just about as much damage as I did. Little dings that you have to like look at the right sunlight, the right light to be able to even
A
see
good
'em.
angle to
the
find
good
it.
angle to find them. Well, I go get my car looked at, and he walks out with the estimate, and he's going through the prices and stuff. And then he's like, "Oh," and they staple right to the front. He's like, "Here's a check for $2,600."
For what?
Thank you
For the paint job?
for the hood and the.
Yeah.
'Cause it was the hood, the roof of my car, those little black rails that are
Yeah.
right along the top of the doors. Those are like $200 a piece. Those had
Oh.
dings on them.
Yeah.
So what'd you do with the money?
It's in my bank.
Are you thinking about getting it fixed or no?
No, fuck no, you can't even see it.
I know. So that's what I did. That's what I did 7 years ago with my vehicle that I had. You know, I mean, I ended up getting like $3,700. I mean, I put new tires on it and everything else. I mean, I didn't give a shit. I mean, once I sell it, fuck it, I don't need it anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Well, my son bought my truck and he got more hail damage on it, and he tried to do a claim on it. Well, it was already claimed before. He ended up with only $500.
Yeah.
536, something like this.
The bank kept.
See, I did the same thing.
But the bank kept it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
they had to put it. He had to put it toward the
Lien.
lien on the
Oh,
on the truck.
yeah, if you got a lien on it, yeah. That makes
So
sense.
He couldn't keep it. So, but when it happened with me, my truck was bought and paid for. I mean, I had no money.
Nothing
yeah.
here.
Yeah, I already had hail damage in my car.
My-
I was under your tree and it fucking
Yeah.
played Plinko
It would have
all
got
the way down to
worse
my
though
car.
if it wasn't. But my car was in the garage, so I didn't have to worry about it.
We didn't
But-
get anything up here.
So that was back in 2007 when we
Yeah.
had that first
Yeah.
major
It was
one?
7 years ago.
Rapid seems to get a
2007.
lot of hail and a lot of shit like that.
But then my roof over my deck in the back, that looks like Swiss cheese. You sit down there, you see holes through it. And we got up on the roof, and I actually looked down on it. You can actually see then the divots where every hail hit it. That didn't go through, but every divot, it broke all the paint and everything that's on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's ruined. I mean, there's no way.
Completely. Yeah.
And we found out it's going to cost about $800 to fix that area.
So you're
So
getting that
I'm
insured?
pulling. Well, when if I get the money, because I've been hearing so many things about insurance companies now. You have to pay now 20% deductible because of that storm. Why raise everything because of one storm? That's why we pay hundreds and thousands of dollars every fucking year for insurance.
That's what
They
yeah.
need when that's
When we
to
need to
protect
claim it, we have to claim
So
it.
they turn around. So well, you had
get
hail
punished.
7 years ago. Now this is what some insurance company. I don't know if mine's doing it, but I know some insurance companies saying, well, now we raise the deductible on hailstorms.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have to pay 20% instead of 10%, and we will only cover 80% of the damage. You have to cover 20% of the damage, which is stupid. That's why you pay homeowners insurance and everything else.
They just
to
want
protect
your
it.
money. They don't want you to claim
But
anything.
I have the
That's money out of their
You
pocket.
get punished for using your insurance.
Yeah, exactly,
It's
which is
stupid.
stupid.
Well,
But-
look at like my mom. I mean, they had that. Those kids were vandalizing the area around their house. Well, they came in and drove a huge.
Oh fuck! What was it? A 20 penny, or hell, it was a huge spike that
real
they put
spike
into
nail
it.
through the pool and basically ruined the pool.
What?
And- yeah.
I
So
never even heard of this.
they got paid like so much out of that, but then what ended up happening is as soon as they got paid out, their insurance company dropped them. They kicked them, and now they're on a high rate insurance, and
Because of some fucking punks
Yeah.
around the neighborhood?
it's fucked up the way it happened. It just doesn't sound right to me the way that they told me
Well,
about
how
it.
long ago did this happen?
but This was the summer before last.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, and what ended up happening is they got kicked from their insurance, got picked up by. They had to go get new insurance, but they had to be on like a high. I don't know what it's called, like
High risk.
like a high risk insurance for them. And since they just got on it, when the hail damage came through, the new insurance company, they have a grace period before they can make a claim. Well, they can't make a claim on it because they were in their grace period under this new insurance.
They can't do it later?
No. So the 15 or 18 holes they got on the siding of their On the, what is it, west side of their house?
Yeah.
Right? North, south, yeah. Would be the west side of the house.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But there's more to the story, I'm sure, that I didn't hear.
Insurance companies can be shysters just as bad.
I've never had a problem.
I'm gonna film you out.
I've never had a problem with any insurance claims ever, you know. My problem is, like, my truck. I put in a claim for my truck for the deer damage that I have. And the place that I was going to go and get my claim, or get my truck fixed, they actually shut down and became something else now. So they told, oh, you have to go over here. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go over there. You know, so now they won't reprocess the claim to go somewhere else, even though the place that, it's just fucked up. I'm so pissed. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's just a cracked bumper, but no big deal. But insurance companies like to fuck people. I hate it.
Yeah.
I just can't get over how they can do that.
Well, we've been with the same insurance company for over 25 years, you know. And, I mean, they treated us very well the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're going to fuck us this time. I mean, because we have put, you know, we've had them for such a long time,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah, he probably put his kids through college.
well, probably, but you know, I mean, but you know, like you like you guys were saying, is that some insurance company, you know, even if you had them for 10 years, never had a claim with them, one claim, they drop your ass. Why? You know,
Yeah, it's like my mom.
it,
That's what
it
happened
just doesn't
with them.
I don't
It's just
understand it.
ridiculous.
You know, I mean, if you look at paying what anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a year for homeowners insurance, and you take that for 10 years, even if it's $1,000, I mean, that's $10,000 that you're giving them to protect your home.
Yeah.
And then, okay, now we got to pay out $13,000. Now we're in the hole. We got to drop you. Now you're high risk. It's
I'm
like,
gonna hold my
fuck
hands.
you.
That's not bad.
You know. But I was actually surprised to find out that I have over 11,000. It was like $11,400. I'm sitting here like, why is it so much? Just the roofs, you know. Well, you got to look at it. 7 years ago, a lot of the prices of the of the product has
Gone up.
tripled.
Yeah.
You know, some shingles have tripled since that first storm we had. They were like $11 a bundle. Now you're looking at $37 to $40 a bundle. You know, they've even, you know, tripled or quadrupled since in 7 years. So it's going to cost you more.
But they're still
to get
made
it
the
done.
same way, right?
Well,
Doesn't matter.
but it's supply and demand again. You know, I mean, some of your supplies and demand on making those shingles have gone up because it takes some of the oil, you know, based stuff to make shingles.
Petroleum based.
You know, it's a petroleum base, and that's gone up so much. You know.
Well, it's just a tar, basically.
Oh yeah, but that's oil, petroleum.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
use that
Yep.
to make it, and then if gas prices
Even
go
even
up,
knowing
and-
gas prices are at the lowest in 10 years,
Ooh,
which you know, still it's still higher than
that's not saying much because it'd be better if it was lower than 30 years ago.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's
I miss those old days when you can just go fill up for,
$20.
yeah.
Fill up a nice full tank for $20 and still get.
Well,
something.
I can't complain because mine is, well, 30,
Yeah.
$37 to fill
Well,
up.
my wife's is 23. But
That's
for me,
if I
it's-
let it go
My
way
car's got
down.
a
If
small
I
tank,
go all the
so-
way to E, which I never do, I'm looking at $65 for mine. And it's just like, fuck, you know.
And something like Lester drives, fuck, he's dropping
Yeah.
hundreds.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, it's got to cost him an easy $600 just to drive up here.
Fuck that.
That's what happens when you got a nice big
Big
Cadillac
luxury.
Escalade.
Yeah.
Luxury having the big vehicle, I guess.
You know, it is what it is, so. I celebrated my 11-year anniversary a couple weeks ago. That was nice.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Didn't do
Where was
nothing
Viper
special.
Boy?
Viper
He didn't
Boy?
come for that.
No.
Came last time for it.
Yeah, he
For
did.
10.
It's because we had a big party.
Yeah.
He wants to come again.
I know.
Every time I talk to him, I'm going to fly back out there. When can I come? What's
I
the
know.
best
It's so
time?"
funny when you text me and let me know it was his birthday. You know,
Yeah.
and I text him, you know, happy birthday, and it was so funny. He sent me back a reply stating,
Who the fuck is
"Who
this?
is this? I mean, I don't have you on my phone." So I text back and said, "This is Alan." You know, and then he goes, "Hey man, how you doing?" Like he always does.
Yeah.
And we sat there, probably chit chatted on message each other for probably 10-15 minutes while I was at work, sitting like,
Yeah.
I gotta go, I gotta get back to work, or I'll get fired. You know, I don't have that.
Yeah, we
happen.
don't need to hear about that shit again.
And shit, on Friday night, I just fired up my PS4 and I was ready to fuck around with that Watch Dogs game, and I get a friend invite, or not a friend invite, but like a group thing or whatever, group invite from Viper Boy. So
Oh, yeah,
all right.
yeah.
So I didn't accept it right away because I was doing something, and then he sent me another one. So I ended up joining his room, and fuck, we sat and talked for like an hour and 35 minutes.
Oh, wow.
over the headset,
Well,
and that was pretty cool. And he goes, "Oh, next time you see the guys, tell him I said hey."
Yeah.
So
hey,
I talked to him quite a
Hey.
bit. Yeah, I text him quite a bit, and even on Facebook, he when you start texting though, he won't stop. It's
I
just
know.
like bam, 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 and it's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you're like, ah, shit, I gotta go.
yeah, I'm going to take out of my insurance money, though, if I get it or when I get it, I'm going to take that $800 out for my porch or, my deck's roof, and I'm going to redo it myself. I'm not going to have the contractor do it. I'm going to have him just take care of, the roofs, the 2 main roofs and whatever else I need to have done. And that's it. I'm going to do that myself because I want to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I figured if I'm going to change it, I don't want him to do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to pay him the labor.
Yeah.
are you talking about the pagoda over the top of your small deck?
Well, the roof
doesn't that
I
thing
have
kind
on
of wiggle back?
No,
and
it's
sway?
pretty solid. It's just that I want to put 2x4s before I put the new stuff on. So I want to secure it a little bit better so it's not so sway on top. So it'll actually secure it better. But I want to do it myself. I did that. I'll take it apart and clean it off and do whatever, but I'm not going to have him do it.
Make it bird free.
No, it's still birds still get into those fucking things.
It's like a condominium for birds.
Because every day we're taking nests out of there in the spring anyway, and then they just build them new ones, and we keep taking them out, and they still seem to fucking go there.
No, it's outside. You can't really stop everything.
Well, I can stop them. I can put little spike
Unless you
strips.
got laser grids and shit.
No,
up
I can
there
put little
and-
spike strips on those in those areas, and they won't go in there.
Yeah.
Carpet tack strips.
Yeah.
rotating circular,
Blades,
blades,
cut them up.
saw blades,
Jesus Christ.
running on low power.
All for up
Little fucking sentry units taking out the fucking rabbits. Little fuckers.
Hey, I would love to have those laser guided.
sentry gun.
Your center gun is now available.
I would love that for my fucking rabbits. But
They
no, I
took
did.
your sentry gun out.
But I do have a nice new air gun though that I bought.
I heard about that.
Oh, I tell you.
Gotta go over to Kurtz and shoot
Fucking
those fucking
rabbits!
chipmunks, man.
Fucking rabbits don't have a chance.
Yeah.
We're
Are you eating these rabbits, or are you just
Fuck,
tossing
no,
them?
they're so flea infested. I wouldn't even touch them.
Yeah.
Actually, after we kill them, we get a couple bags, and I put my hand in. The bags are up this about to my elbow.
Yeah.
I go and grab their hind legs, and then grab the bag, go like this, and then Robert gets one, and he puts it in, and we double bag it, throw it in the garbage. I don't touch those son of a bitches because they're just. I mean,
Yeah, they are flea
they're
infested
full
right now.
of fleas, and so we try to get rid of them as many as possible. I'm 4 rabbits and 2 chickmucks
Oh,
down.
Jesus.
It's fucking Holocaust.
And Robert has
Fucking-
and Robert is down like 5 or 6 himself.
If we're gonna have like the animal. fucking
I mean,
rights activists.
if they weren't so flea infested where I could, where I'd clean them up and then put them in the freezer, hell, we could have had a couple pots of rabbit
Yeah.
stew with them already.
couple more of those rabbits, you might as well shave your mustache off like Hitler's. And
Jesus. Yeah.
the Istica.
No, I just don't want them.
Turn your
Well,
pagoda into a gas chamber. Jesus.
What they live underneath they live underneath the deck in the back because it's on
Yeah.
the ground. And so
There you
we're
go. You
trying
got
to-
you got a homemade gas chamber.
yeah.
Cover the holes and start spewing gas underneath your deck.
I haven't seen any back there in a long time though.
All you do is, well, then you couldn't get them out. You'd have to dig out and get them out. I'd say just take
Ew,
a
it
hose and
stinks.
connect it to your fucking car exhaust.
Just
and
gonna say, I was just thinking
that's
that.
what Hitler did.
Yeah. I'm not. I can't,
In the good old Jew halls.
$9.99.
I still, to this day, when I drive down the highway and I see a U-Haul, I think U-Haul. I'll never ever think of anything else again.
Well, you gotta thank Stephanie for the Jew Hall
yeah,
thing.
yeah. I wonder how she's doing over there too in England.
I think she was in a hospital, wasn't she, for a while?
So
she had
she
some
was
problem?
going to the doctor. She was having some type of problem.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it was.
And it seems like she's
She had
doing
blood
well.
work. She had blood work done and stuff like that. But
And she's got her witty comments occasionally she posts. And
It is what
she
it
even
is.
last post I read, she said Facebook's not fun no more.
Yeah. That was just 10 minutes ago. Or 39
Well, speaking
minutes
of
ago.
Facebook, I've been getting that fucking messenger thing. They've like begging me to fucking download that app on my fucking phone.
I don't know. I've heard some things
Because
about
of
that.
that.
It's not true.
I've been
though.
hearing negative shit. Like
Not true.
everything I've been seeing on there, because I was gonna do it, and it's like 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 5 star, 1 star, 1 star.
That's because
Nothing
there
was
was
good.
something that came out on the. There's something came out on the news about it, about how they
Personal information
can
or shit.
use your microphone or use the hacking your camera on your phone.
Well, they can do that anyway.
Yeah, not just because of the app.
But you can go into the app and you can deny it from using all that stuff. I mean,
It
you go to
asks
the
you
settings. It
if
asks
you
you if
want
you
to.
want to or not. So, I mean, you can turn around and say, no, you don't have to access my contacts. You don't have to access my, my cameras and stuff like this. You don't have to access my microphone. You just uncheck it all.
Why did they change this whole thing? Wasn't it fine the way it was?
Oh, this is just
Anytime you do something with dealing with Facebook, it'll ask you, can we use this? Everybody always just clicks yeah. And then now all of a sudden, it's a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about with the camera thing is when you're in the app and you want to take a picture from within the app needs your permission to
Use
the
your camera to
on
take
your
a
phone.
picture to put it in the message.
And everybody's thinking that Facebook is sitting there in their headquarters hacking your camera and seeing what you're doing.
And even if they were, what are they going to see? The inside of a pocket?
Yeah.
Looking in your face while you're scrolling through their fucking app? I mean, really. I mean, and when you put your phone down, it's not like you put your phone on its side when you go to bed so that it can actually videotape you while you're sleeping or having sex
Usually it's
or
up or
jerking
down.
off.
I never
Depending
have
on your
mine on
pocket.
anyway. Mine's off.
I mean,
But I don't know if it can automatically turn the fucker on and do what they
well,
want.
supposedly, the government can do anything because they're the government, These goddamn conspiracy theories, but... Yeah, I noticed that too. But you can go into each individual app and set what it can and can't touch.
Right.
So the unfortunate event is most of the apps that you have are for video feed or audio feed.
Yeah.
So they're going to ask for that permission.
GPS and everything else. Who
Facebook,
gives a shit? If
Instagram,
they want to know, I'm in the bathroom taking a fucking shit, I could care less.
Yeah.
My phone never goes in the bathroom anyway, so fuck it. I don't care.
I guess when I'm jerking off to Beeg.com, I guess that'd be about the only time.
It's a Bink?
To Beeg.
Oh.
To
I
Beeg.com.
was say you saw pictures of Bink and you're jerking off to Bink.
When I'm sitting there in the chair holding my phone, watching Beeg and
You'd
jerking
like
it,
that.
that's about the only time they'd capture anything worthwhile.
No red tube anymore?
Nah, not really.
Well, by the time
Oh,
you're done
Beeg.
jerking on your tube, it's going to be all bright red.
No, Beeg is the one I like. I don't like RedTube anymore.
B-E-E-G?
B-E-E-G.
B-E-G-E-G? B-G-B-G? What's that?
B-E-E-G.
P-E-G. I gotta look at this
Beeg.com.
And Ice is on it.
Yes, of course he is. Squirters.
B-E-E-G, and you make S-P-O-O-G.
We've turned him into
huh?
a squirter-aholic.
Squirt!
It's just real simple and basic. It's nothing special. But it's all free stuff, so,
Free porn, huh? You just came, no pun intended, you
Just
came
up
across
on it.
this?
I heard about it. I heard about it in another podcast. I think it was the Prado Gods podcast, the
What
anti-semantic
is it,
show.
just nothing but pictures?
There's just pictures?
No, those are all videos. If you click on it, it'll be a video.
Oh.
See, boom. Gotta
This
be
is
smarter
all
than the
free
tool.
shit?
Don't turn the audio on.
Why not?
Because we're on Google Hangout and they might fucking kick us.
Spoogle Hangout.
Okay, turn the volume way down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
just each video is different. I mean, it doesn't matter. The audio's not really far down. I really don't feel like watching porno with you guys in the room.
So this is like a movie quality porn.
Most of them are. There's a lot of good ones, yeah.
So this is like Basic Instinct 3 right here. Minus ice pick, I hope?
These are just small clips from like other videos that other sites post up, and I think it just gathers those videos, and it's an easy place to go. So
Okay.
you can
Alan's
do-
going to put it down on his personal laptop. And
Pretty soon we're going to be hearing.
napkins?
that's what you want.
No, pretty soon he's going to go to the bathroom with his phone.
Yeah.
You just said my phone's never in the bathroom.
Facebook, look at
That's
this.
probably good get on here, huh?
Messenger this.
Well, that's one of those things, though, like with Facebook and the cloud with your phones and like iPhones. You gotta be careful, like taking nudie pictures and like send them to your wife because
It goes to the cloud and you'll never get it back.
no, it'll go to the cloud. But like with Facebook, it does an automatic upload, but you have to authorize it to show. So if you accidentally authorize all your photos,
There's a
next thing
movie-
you know, all your dick pics are on there.
There's a movie about that with Cameron Diaz and
Oh, I heard
Jason-
about that.
The guy from Friends.
No.
No,
No.
not Friends. I Married Your Mother.
So even if you delete all that shit, it's still going to be there?
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, or How You Met Your Mother. The Jason guy there, the one that.
Yeah.
Jason Segel.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, it's
believe
called Sex Tape.
Yeah.
Oh is it?
Yeah, it's called Sex Tape.
All right. I just watched the Delivery Guy with Vince Vaughn the other day,
When he's
where he donated the sperm and then they
He's got, like,
used it
500
because
kids.
like 200. It was like 256, I think. This is it, huh? Sex tape.
Mm-hmm.
Married couple wake up to discover that the sex tape they made the evening before was gone missing, leading to a frantic search for the whereabouts.
And it went to the web. I mean, to the cloud.
It went into the cloud.
Can't you go get the cloud? No.
No.
Once it's in the cloud, it stays in the cloud. Something like this, they say.
It's like nobody understands the cloud. It's mysterious.
Well, it kind of is. I mean, throwing
It's
shit,
like you don't know how it gets there, but it gets there.
but you can never get it down. It's
No,
always up
no.
there. It's just moving around.
Well, that's like they always
Dropping
say.
hail on your house.
Well, I know how to get it up. It goes down by itself.
But that's what they say, though, too, though. When things are put on the internet or on Facebook or just the internet, period, and once it's on the internet, it's there. I mean, you're never getting it back.
Can you
because,
imagine?
you know,
Can
somebody's
you imagine
always...
if the shared media cloud would have shared media storms and your computers would be getting attacked by hailstorms of
and
media?
lightning and thunder.
And you're sitting there looking at your screen one day, and all of a sudden you get a hailstorm of cocks hitting your fucking screen.
Jerry.
Did you see that Facebook post the other day he did?
No.
He said something about going to get his car lubed up. Or no, he goes went in to get a
Oh, he
a
went to
lube job.
Super Lube, or Super
Lube job.
for
He
my
went to
car.
Super Lube. Yeah.
So he rips his own ass. No pun intended. He rips himself his own ass.
So he
when
was
does that
joking
shit.
around.
He was. He was making fun of himself being gay.
He did it at 4th of July.
Did he? Oh yeah, I've got
Everybody
two
was sitting there-
assholes.
no, everybody was sitting there talking, and Kim was trying to get everybody's attention, and he kept calling everybody assholes or fuckers. And then Kim finally just stands up and says, "You all suck." Jerry's in the conversation. He randomly stopped and says, "I do."
I do. Well, he was talking about that double assholes.
Just talking about his colostomy bag he
Yeah,
had at
he's
one
like,
time.
I got two assholes. Double the pleasure, double the fun.
It's like a fucking water bottle, one of those hot water bottles. You fucking squeeze on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, but I don't think he has that anymore, does he?
No.
No. That should be gone by now.
Yeah, he don't have it no more.
No.
Danny says, I don't know if I should be saying this or not, but when she used to work with him at the motel, they were
Yeah.
having a meeting. I guess he let one rip and it fucking, you could hear it echo in the fucking bag.
Oh, no. In the colostomy bag?
In the colostomy
Oh,
bag.
no.
She said it sounded like fucking somebody sitting in a fucking thing of pudding and dropping an ass or something. I don't know. Really wet
It's
sounding.
kind of sad he had to have that. You know?
Yeah.
Like a wet whoopee.
He doesn't have it no more.
A wet whoopee.
They had to do that when they did his surgery.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
gone now. But just the fact of having that.
Yeah. Should we? I was just gonna say, should we?
Today in history.
And today is what? September 1st, ain't it? The
Yes,
1st
Labor
of
Day.
September, Labor
Labor
Day.
Day. Labor Day weekend.
Oh.
We're celebrating our last day of the weekend, last party weekend of the summer.
Yep.
Yep, this day in 1864, Atlanta falls to the Union forces.
Atlanta. Georgia?
Atlanta, Georgia. The critical Confederate hub, shelling civilians and cutting off supply lines. The Confederacy retreats and destroys the city's mutants.
Mutants? Wow.
No, ammunitions as they went on through their march to the south. Through the south, yeah. So
Sure,
That's
I
all
thought-
that happened on today. Why
No,
do they call it
there's-
Labor Day?
well, hold on. Let me look here.
And doesn't
I
have
had
anything to
something
do
about
with
Labor
a woman
Day anyway
squirting
here.
out a kid out of JJ either.
Now, in the Civil War, North and South clashed at the Battle of Chantilly. That was in 1862. In the crime, a teenage boy murders his father in 1981 on this day.
Just a random teenage kid? No significance?
Well, I could pull it up. Hold on. It says here that 15-year-old Eric White shoots his father, 43-year-old volunteer fireman Paul White, in the family Indiana home. Although Eric admitted to shooting his father, he claimed that the gun had accidentally gone off when he tripped on the rug. The bullet hit his father, who was laying on the couch across the room, in the head. The shooting was ruled an accident, and Eric was released. So, but then 3 years later, Eric's grandmother, Elaine White, 74 was killed with a crossbow.
From the same kid?
A few months after the murder, the entire family was arrested in California for forging Elaine's signature on Social Security checks.
Sounds like it's fucked up.
I guess.
Labor Day is a day to celebrate labor and work. And it's actually based off the Central Labor
Union.
Union.
To celebrate work, and we're not there.
We're not at work.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's actually a union thing. I never knew that. Never really even thought about it.
Yeah, it was all about a union.
Yeah, American labor movement.
And the union fuckers are still there.
Yeah, well,
they're at work.
Most places are abolishing unions. Most places.
Not the mills.
Yeah, it seems like some of the places that do have unions, they don't seem like they fucking do a whole lot to protect the
But
people.
in 1894,
Most of them.
have you ever heard of a town called Hinckley, Minnesota?
Yeah.
Well, it burned to the ground, the whole town totally, and 440 people died in that area. The whole town was destroyed by fire.
Hinckley, huh?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
It
I wonder
was
where Clint's
upper
from.
Midwest, particular vulnerable to devastating fires at the end of the 19th century. As the European settlers cleared the land in agriculture and timber, and new railroads lines were built through the heavily wooded areas, Hinckley was the new lumber and rail town built along the Grindstone River in Minnesota, near the Wisconsin border. The town settlers felled trees for lumber using slash cutting techniques, left behind large amounts of wood debris. Excellent fire fuel.
So the town burned down.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else cool?
Because of the summer of 1984, there was a drought, and it looks like the fire started by
Just everything being
lightning.
too dry, huh?
Lightning started the fire.
So let's say they were in a drought, a storm came through, started the place down, and burnt it down.
Burnt completely, burnt the whole western
Is
upper
that,
U.
would that be considered irony? The town burns down from a lightning storm because of it. It was a drought.
It was stronger.
We're in a drought. Things are dry. Let's have a storm and burn the town down.
It's a dry town.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's dry county.
And in 1850, in music, it says J.T. Barnum brings Jerry Lind to New York.
Barnum, the guy that did the circus.
Yeah.
Barnum and Bailey. which
I
is
don't know
based
who
out
was.
of
I don't know who was
Baraboo,
Jenny
Wisconsin.
Lynn. Or Jenny Lynn.
Sounds like a
He
porn
was
star.
the Swedish Nightingale, the singer uncommonly talents that great renown who arrived in New York on this day in 1950.
Renowned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who he really is.
Okay.
That it for history? History?
Well, there's more. How about the Old West? In 1836,
Clint, here's one for you, buddy.
Yeah.
The first Anglo woman settles west of the Rockies in 1836.
Wow.
Angelo woman?
Mm-hmm.
Angelo.
The first
Or Anglo?
Anglo. Oh, Anglo woman.
Anglo-Saxon?
What the hell's Anglo though?
Colored,
Oh,
maybe?
Anglo-American woman in history travels west of
Colored.
the Rocky Mountains. Let's see.
Anglo-American.
Narissa and Marcus Whitman, along with their close friends Eliza and Henry Spaulding, had departed from New York earlier that year on a long overland journey to the far west edge of the continent. The two couples were missionaries, and Narissa wrote that they were determined to convert the benighting ones living in the dark or the thick darkness of healthism
Okay.
to Christianity.
Okay.
Was that a group off of Lord of the Rings?
It could have been.
The Dark
It
Ones?
was, it was a side group, you know. They were trying to dispose of the cock ring instead of the one ring.
The One Ring.
Should we introduce something new today? Since we Red Hots this year?
You know, before we even play this intro, this is fucking awesome.
You like it?
It's awesome how it just came together.
Yeah, it did come together pretty good, didn't it? So Red Hot's got
We
some
created some magic.
special music for his little thing here.
Okay, so I guess that's end
So you-
of
Is that it?
Is it? Well, we were asking you if it is.
That's it. That's it for
All right.
history. That part of the history, anyway.
We're making history.
What did we find out what the Anglo was?
Anglo-American
They're
is
like
an American citizen that is a native, not native, but came from England. That's what Anglo means, I guess. That's what it says here. English American, a person from the United States whose ancestry originates wholly or partly in England.
That's almost everybody. That
What
came
would the
there.
Anglo-Saxon be? Because I've heard of Anglo-Saxon before. Would that be, I don't know, have Indian in you?
No, that wouldn't be.
Anglo-Saxons were people who inhabited Great Britain from the 5th century.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So, but let's get to this.
Drive the center and deep. Way back. Get up. Get up. Get out of here and dumps it off the Cruz to the end zone. Touchdown. And there is your dagger.
Tiger! Got some speed, bitch!
I'm coming, number 7.
So this is Red Hot Sports? No.
Yeah. What do you got for us in the sports world there, bitch?
I'm starting us off with a rant.
All right. I like rants.
I've been hearing. I watch SportsCenter enough to, and it's on every
religiously.
pretty much every night when I get home from work, just to see what happened
Yeah.
during the day and any news that came up or anything. Because obviously, if you watch SportsCenter over and over again, it's the same shit.
Same shit
So I
repeated
watch
over.
one time just to catch up on the day.
Mm-hmm.
Every fucking day, it's Michael Sam.
Yeah. Well, who's Michael Sam now? Bring that up.
Kind of shed
The
light on
first-
that.
The first openly gay
Oh,
player
okay.
drafted into the NFL.
Okay.
7th round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
7th round. He's probably very close to
Not making it?
the end of the draft. And he's had more news coverage and ESPN coverage than most of the first rounders
Yeah.
that were drafted this year. All because he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's horse shit, too. Yeah.
It's
Right.
every week. Well, how's Michael Sam doing in practice? How's Michael Sam doing in practice? Well, how are the first round draft guys doing in practice? How's Clinton Dix, the Packers' first
Yeah.
round draft pick, doing in training camp?
No,
Nobody
nothing
fucking knows.
there. Yeah.
They all care about the gay guy.
I think,
And
and it's not the idea that he's gay. It's just the idea that they're. Are you trying to say gay guys are great?
Well, you have them.
We know a few.
No, and it's not the idea with, like I said, him being gay. It's the idea that they're just overexposing this individual for nothing special.
For
Right,
just
'cause
being
he's
the
not
first
really-
openly gay
Yeah, but he's really nothing
in sports
special
or
about it.
in.
he's not.
you
He's
know.
not. He's a 7th round draft pick. He's not even that great of a football player. He actually just got cut by the Rams.
Yeah.
What
He's
are
not even on the
those-
team anymore.
So where is he going?
He's open to sign with any team practice
He's
squad.
gonna come through the back door.
Jesus. Asshole.
Well, asshole. That's where it is.
It's just nonstop with this guy. And yeah, it was cool. Gay player drafted, whatever.
Really, but
I
how
don't
many
really
other
give a
gay
fuck.
players were drafted that just weren't out of the closet? You know,
There's
I mean, how many
There's
quarterbacks
Probably
are?
quite a few that
there's
are.
probably quite a few.
Yeah.
In
I mean, I know they used to talk about Aaron Rodgers being gay all the time because he didn't have a woman and he didn't do this and he looked this way. and
Probably
he
too
acted that
fucking
way.
busy for all that shit.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Now he's getting married. You know.
And who cares what somebody's sexual preference is?
No.
As long as they do the fucking job that they're been recruited to do the job.
ESPN's even going as far as trying to ask other players on the Rams what Michael Sam's showering habits are.
Oh
You
my
gotta be kidding
God.
me.
Like one guy said, I don't pay attention to how the guy showers.
Who
Shower
gives a
habits.
shit? Yeah.
What does he want? Fucking big details?
You know that's the thing with fucking media.
Yeah, they stupid
You know,
shit that they want to talk
I saw
about.
a thing on Facebook about media where this one guy, he got fucking hit in the head or something. He was had bleeding and everything else like this and shit. And this is a Mexican woman,
Right.
and she said something about why are you here? I don't know what the whole circumstances was on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she turned around and asked him if he was racist. And he goes, "Why are you asking me if I'm racist? I'm standing here with a black man who's my brother."
Mm-hmm.
And the girl had this reporter, which is Mexican, had this weird look like, "Oh, that's your brother?" It's like, and then the black guy turned around and said, "You know, That's what it is with you media. All you give a fuck about is this certain thing, so you can report that. And why is it always racist with you guys? You're Mexican, right? And she says, yeah. Well, then, well, are you racist too? She goes, no. Why even ask a stupid fucking question like that to somebody like us?
Exactly.
I mean, it's just the
Well,
media. They want to pull it all out.
Back to the sport and media thing too.
But it's the
that's what
same
they're
thing.
doing.
It's
They're
the
doing
media. The media drives how normal people, when they watch it, and how they feel about it. That's like the thing with with him being gay.
Yeah.
He's gay. Fuck, we know it. Get rid of it. Let's get to something else. Don't just drag it in our fucking
the
faces.
sad thing too, though, is it's going to be first gay man to get a tackle, first gay man to get a touchdown.
He's already.
It's just
he
so
actually.
fucking ridiculous.
There was a lot of talk that he was. They kept asking the question to all the different professionals or sport hacks on ESPN. Is Michael Sam going to make the 53-man roster? People were like, "Oh yeah, he'll make it," or no. But if you look at his stats, he actually had a pretty decent preseason. He had three or four sacks, I think 11 or 12 tackles throughout the preseason.
So he's a defensive player.
He's strictly a defensive end. They asked the coach if he could potentially play special teams. Shut up.
I'm sorry. Defensive end. I just.
They asked him if he could potentially play special teams, and they said absolutely not. He's strictly.
Well, you're labeling him like he's special.
He's a one-position player, and that's all he'll.
That's
ever,
all he'll
that's
ever
all
be.
he'll ever make a team for.
He just likes the top, but that's it.
He just likes the end, man. He likes the end.
That's the end.
See, that's what happens in media. They
He
make
likes-
you think that
he
way
likes
all the
driving
time.
it up the quarterback.
Exactly.
One position man.
Yeah.
Well, and also in the NFL actually just implemented a new policy on domestic violence.
Really? Oh yeah, I saw that too about guys beating their wives.
I think you've seen the.
Is it a rule?
It's a
in,
new
when
policy.
they sign the contract?
Well, it's a policy.
It's a policy. They
The
sent
way
it
you
to
have to
NFL.
act.
They sent it to all the owners for anybody, because in the past few months, Ray Rice, running back for the Baltimore Ravens, was seen on security camera knocking his wife out, or his fiance at the time, and you see him dragging her
By her hair. Right?
dragging her unconscious body out of the elevator
By her hair.
by her hair.
And he's still a player.
Yes.
See, that guy shouldn't even be
And he's
allowed
still
to
a
play.
player. He has a 2-game suspension.
Ooh, oh my gosh.
That's it?
Oh.
That's where with this new policy, because that suspension, they issued that suspension to him before this whole new policy came up. Well, now the suspension is the player's first offense is a 6-game ban.
Uh-huh.
Second offense is a lifelong ban.
Oh, wow.
You're done.
You're
Maybe
done.
you should
Wow.
fucking think
And
twice,
just-
son.
How about just do that on the first offense?
Just recently, there
Yeah,
was
I would.
just
Who got kicked?
there was a player from the 49ers
Really?
that
It wasn't fucking
just got-
Culpepper?
Culpepper, was it? God
No,
damn
it
it.
was-
I wish he would. Not that I want women to get beat.
Well, but they have the
okay.
NFL rule though, or the rule where if you're an NFL player, you must go in and out of your stadiums with the suit and tie and everything else. You have to be respected in the way you look. You're not supposed to come in looking like
frumpy piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean in sweatpants and a torn t-shirt or something like that. You're supposed to actually look respected because you're part of an organization and they
You're
want you to be.
representing them,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're representing that.
It's a club,
right?
basically.
defensive
So-
lineman Ray McDonald from San Francisco 49ers has been arrested on felony domestic violence charges.
A lot of them get arrested.
So
for
they
that.
already get to try out the new policy on.
So what happens
players.
when 30 to 40 people in the NFL get nailed for this and they're out for 6
All those people they
What
cut.
if half your team
But you know what? You know what
gets
though?
nailed?
But all those people they cut for the 53-man roster,
Yeah.
they get a job.
Do you know
now.
what?
True.
Somebody that fucks up that bad, there's somebody that's
They
gonna be
deserve
happy
it.
to take their
Michael
spot.
Sam's probably got a new job for the 49ers.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
But-
But
For
I
6
mean,
games.
it opens
Hey,
the door
fits
for.
right in San Francisco.
But it opens the door
Gay
for these
fucks.
people that want to work hard for
They're
an
gonna have to change it to the
organization.
69ers.
yeah.
But it opens the doors for these people
Yes.
that have the ability, that want to work for an organization, especially any of the organizations in the NFL, and show them what they have. I mean, you got these people that do this, like this guy here. He just thinks he's probably overly paid for his position, and so they have problems at home. He beats his wife. He ends up getting charged for that. You know what? You should lose your job.
But how
I'm
could
sorry.
you- I just don't get it.
And the question-
you've made it that
With this
far in
new
your
policy
life.
now, the new policy now is I've heard this question a lot. is the NFL doing this to actually
Help.
with domestic violence, or is it a PR stunt to just cover their ass
Yeah.
and make them look good that they're?
They've got a
It
punishment.
could be a
in place.
little bit of both, probably.
Yeah.
What are they doing in
Once
the
you
community
start
to
adding more
actually help
rules
with?
and stuff like that, though, it just snowballs.
But you know, if NFL can't control the players, and the coaches can't control the players, you know, I mean, just put it this, for instance, you know, like Green Bay. Green Bay is completely different than any other NFL team. It's the people's team. You know, Green Bay. You know, it's the people in the state of Wisconsin.
It's over 10,000
basically, we own. You know, and we do this.
You don't
okay.
own it.
Well, no, I don't own a piece of them, but I'm just saying you know, it's the fans that own the Packers. It's not.
Yep.
There's no one individual owner.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we want to have our Packers to respect other people when they're out in public eye. I mean, because that says a lot to the state of Wisconsin. You know, and that's the same thing like with the 49ers or with Dallas or anybody else. But here you got one owner, and like say for Dallas, you got one owner. You know, and you've got a player that's, you know, screwing up his life, and because he's part of Dallas, he still has to have a reputation to uphold because he's part of Dallas. You know, and if Jerry Rice decides to, or Jerry Johnson decides that he wants to kick him off because he doesn't have a good, you know, he beats his wife or whatever else, that's his prerogative.
They've
You
done
know?
it before.
Exactly.
Carol
But
Owens.
now,
He wasn't a good fit in Philadelphia.
yeah.
They
But I
booed
mean,
his
if you
ass
have a
out.
guy that it's constantly in the news because of drunken driving or beating your wife or, you know, constantly in trouble, there should be some action. I believe there should be action with that NFL player.
do too.
Get
That's
rid
why
of him.
there's always. That's why
You know?
Roger Goodell always he lets the legal system work its way through first. That's what he did recently with Alden Smith.
Well, look
on
at
the 49ers.
what is it, B.J. Raji?
He let the legal system take its path. Once that completed, then Roger Goodell sat down with Alden Smith, and Alden Smith is now out for 9 games this season because of his
I
bullshit.
mean,
that's
didn't
offseason.
we have that? Didn't we have that same thing with the Packers with B.J. Raji? He had a problem with the law. He sat his 4 years in jail or whatever it
Not
was.
B.J. Raji,
Well, what was it?
Johnny Jolly.
Johnny Down.
No,
It was
I
drug
thought-
related.
I
Johnny
thought it-
Jolly.
Oh, Jolly. That's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right. It was Jolly.
Was it marijuana
And we
or
sat
something
there,
like
but
that? It was,
but because
some
I
kind
don't know. It was some. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was like he was gone for 4 years,
Yeah, he was in
and we kept a spot for him when he got out. We figured, okay, you went and did your time. You got your rehabilitation. You know, if you think you want to be part of the Packers, you know, we have a spot for you. Well, he came back and he's doing great. You know,
No, not really.
well,
He had 1 year, now he's not on the team at all,
no,
which is bullshit.
but you know what I mean. I mean, you know, but we treated it. We did it differently though than if it would have been Dallas or 49ers or any of the other NFL teams. You know, you
Ted
have to-
Thompson and Mark Murphy do shit differently.
What was all this bullshit about Brett Favre coming back? What's that all about? Is
He-
that
they're-
retirement?
yes, for next year in September.
Next year they want to induct him into the Packer Hall of Fame.
Packer Hall of Fame.
And then
Retire his jersey
during
and
some
his
game
number.
of during a home game next season sometime. They want to have him there to retire his number and
jersey.
and
Yep.
his number and hang him on the Ring of Fame around Lambeau. They were questioning it because of all the shit that happened between the Packers and Favre. If he would get booed, if he would get cheered, what the fans
Why
would
did
do.
they do that?
They don't
That's
want
the
to. They
media
don't want to
again.
waste.
Again, it's
No,
media.
it's like the front office of Green Bay, because Favre and Ted Thompson, they had a falling out. Because that's why Favre went to the Jets and then the Vikings and so on. And with how the fans reacted, the fans didn't like him. I didn't like him for a couple of years, especially when he was wearing fucking fake purple.
That is really weird to get used to seeing somebody that you were accustomed to see in the Packer.
Yeah, but that's no
outfit, and
difference.
then-
That's
and
no
then he just
difference
goes-
than
I
any.
know everybody
That's
gets to go.
no
but
different
most
than
fans
any
got
other
over it.
player. But that's no anything different than one player being cut and going and picked up by another team. And even you know, I mean, look at who was it?
It was
Who
a
was
little
it that
bit
we lost? He played for us for 4 years, 5 years. We cut him. He went to somewhere else. You know, I mean. You know, he used to be a Packer. How many times we've had a Packer
Well,
go
it's
to
gonna
another
happen.
team? It
It's
happens.
different when you
What
got
happened
know,
when it was different is
but
the
I
fact
understand
that
the
at
falling
time,
out.
At the time, Favre came out to the media, sat there teary-eyed crying in front of a mic, saying that he was going to retire.
Right.
The Packers moved on. They were in training camp with Aaron Rodgers,
Right,
taking the
right.
starting reps. Favre comes up and says, "No, I want to play again. I want my job back." No,
yeah.
we moved on.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he got pissy and wanted out.
Well, and that's the politics of it all. But yeah, you're right.
that's the
this
business
happens with
part of
every
it.
team, and every team has a player that leaves, and it's kind of weird to see him playing for another team. But
Sure, it happens.
I think with the Favre thing, it was a little bit different. Just
well,
because
it was,
of
but
everything that.
but to hear
that
fans
went
say,
on.
"Oh, he should not be inducted in the Hall of Fame," fuck you. He
Yes, he
spent 16 fucking years with the Green Bay Packers. He's broken every fucking record for NFL, and he does deserve to go into the Packer Hall
That's
of
what I'm
Fame.
saying. That's
And
why-
he
As far
deserves.
as I know, he still holds every
You
single
know,
one of them.
just like who was it? The quarterback coach. What was his name? For Packers, that coached Brett Favre, the quarterback coach.
I don't remember his
You
name.
talking about the long-haired guy?
No, the dark-haired guy. He's got dark hair.
Okay,
He's a white
anyway,
guy,
what
but,
about him?
but he
Steve
turned
Mariucci.
around. I think it was Mariucci.
Steve Mariucci.
Yeah, he turned around and he was so emotional about it. You know, he says, here you got a guy that, playing the game was everything for Brett Favre. All he wanted to do was play the game. He could care less who he played for. All he wanted to do was be out there and play the game. That was his passion. And for fans to turn around and say he does not deserve to be in the Packer Hall of Fame,
Yes, he does.
it's outrageous. He does. Here you got a guy that had the passion. I mean, you don't see passion like that in a lot of people.
No.
He never missed a freaking game for 16 freaking years.
Even after his dad died, he
He
jumps
was
in the
there.
game and he played.
Exactly.
Still has that, and he
Played
And
the
he's-
best game of his life.
You know,
he
and
still holds that record. The only person that was going to come close to that record was Peyton Manning, but Peyton Manning had the neck injury.
Yeah.
Sat out the entire year of his last year in Indianapolis. So there's nobody even close to that.
Yeah.
250
something like that. Was it?
game
Yeah.
streak.
Something in that
consecutive
area
games
was.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just think about how
Nobody's come
Atlanta
close to
feels
it.
when they got rid of Brett Favre, and look at what he did for our team. I mean, it's
It was their loss.
yeah. Well, just
know?
like the Eagles, when we picked up Reggie
But
Jackson.
But I mean, even
Reggie
if
Jackson,
even
Reggie
if Brett
White, I
Favre,
mean.
even Aaron Rodgers said the same thing, in one of the conferences when they announced that they wanted to retire his number and everything else and have him come in for the Hall of Fame, and he says, I just hope that Brett Favre can. Excuse me.
Holy shit, that was loud.
He goes. I wish that Brett Favre would able to come up here and he'll feel home and comfortable to come to Green Bay, come into the stadium, and sit there and watch games, knowing that he's retired, he's not doing it anymore. To have the friends, like they did with Bart Starr and every one of the other famous Packers that we've
he'll be
had
back.
that come back. But they wanted him to
I want
make
to see
him
a picture
even
of
Mariucci,
Bart Starr, Favre, and Aaron Rodgers.
but even
Yeah, that'd be cool.
excuse me. But even Steve Mariachi, he said the same thing. He said, "I'd
Mariucci.
rather whatever." I don't know his fucking name.
I'm
Mariachi band.
It's just the Mariachi, the Steve Mariachi band.
Whatever.
You have those hats with-
But
Yeah,
you
those
know,
hats with
he even
hats.
said the same thing. He says he would love to see Brett Favre just come into the offices and say hi to everybody, and say for a game or whatever, and enjoy
I think
just
he will.
being there. And I hope he does.
Once a Packer,
I really
always a
do.
Packer.
I think I
yeah.
heard he wants to.
Yeah, but there are some people that are afraid that all we're going to do is there's going to be some fans.
They
that
just
are
don't
gonna
want to
boo
wait.
him.
They don't want to.
You're
That's
not
the
going to
media
please
talking.
Make this
everybody.
such a big. They want to boost this up as such a big deal, and he comes in for the retirement of his number, and then the whole entire
if I had the
Lambeau
money-
Field is fucking booing.
All I know is that
not gonna
September
happen.
I think it's
Oh, I know.
September 22nd of next year, 2015, is that's when they're supposed to be retiring him. He's supposed to be inducted in the Hall of Fame, and I would love to go there.
Sometime in the
It's
summer,
September- it's-
sometime in the summer, July 18th next year, they're putting him in the Packer Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but it's September something that he's
there's
going
there's
for
a game that
retirement stuff.
he'll be in
there.
attendance at the game.
Right.
Like halftime, they'll
Yeah,
Yeah, like
and
that.
they'll
Or
retire.
they'll uncover
But I
his
would
number
love
and
to,
then
if I had the
tarp
money,
him
I'd
from the
love
ring.
to go and be there and root him on because he was one of the best. I
Yeah,
mean,
he'd
it's going to
be
be
paying
money.
those
I know,
ticket prices
but
are
I
gonna
mean,
fucking
all I know,
jack.
but all I know, I would love to be one of the fans that say he deserves to be there and root him on because that's. I mean, he needs it. All these other fuckers that think that he's a traitor and everything else. How many other Packers we've had that were traitors? They don't say a fucking word
No.
to them. Kiss my ass.
At the time, people
know,
were just very upset
I
because they
understand.
enjoyed him as a quarterback and they just didn't know how to handle him leaving.
Exactly.
So right away they went, "Oh, fucking traitor, piece of shit."
Yeah.
I understood. I
you know-
wasn't happy about it, but I understood because he still wanted to play. Yeah, he
Yeah.
gave the Packers the whole teary-eyed speech.
I want to leave.
It
and
happens. It
And he
happens.
changed his mind.
You know,
Yeah,
it
but he didn't
happens.
just do it to us. He did it to another team too.
He did
didn't
it
do
to.
that?
He did it to
the New York Jets.
Yeah, the
didn't he?
Jets.
He said
to.
he did it to the Jets because the way they had the trade set up with the Jets, if the Jets would have traded him to the Vikings, the Jets would have given the Packers a first-round draft pick.
Oh, okay.
They didn't want that, so Favre retired or quit, or I believe got cut by the Jets.
And then he came
And
back.
then he
and
came
played
back
for,
and then he played for.
Then he
Vikings.
could make his way.
So
to
they did it
Minnesota.
so that they wouldn't give us another advantage.
Right.
So, doesn't matter. We still
You know, they could have turned around and said that
top
was
of
a
the
ploy
top
either.
of the fucking
you know?
ring on that fucking
Exactly.
game. I don't care who you are. Packers rock.
It's gonna be interesting. First game coming up
But I did also heard.
Thursday?
I don't know if you heard this though.
Thursday. I can't
Brad,
watch it. I'll be fucking at work.
Yeah,
But
me
I
too.
heard that there's a guy. I don't know what the guy's name was brought. I mean, I heard this a couple weeks ago that there's a guy that's been doing predictions on Super Bowl bound teams. He's been doing it for 13 years, and he's 12 out of 13. He's
Haven't
picked
heard anything like
he's
this.
picked 12 teams that went to the Super Bowl that has actually gone to the Super Bowl. There's only one team, that he one Super Bowl that he didn't. He had it screwed up, I guess. He got one team, but the other team wasn't. But he predicted for this year's season that the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers will meet up at Super
So again, it's kind of almost like a rematch.
Bowl. Not saying he doesn't say that either which one's going to win. All he says is that
I always
those
have
two
high
teams
hopes
are going to
because
go in there.
Green Bay always has a good team every year,
Mhm.
but it seems like Green Bay actually did what they should have fucking done last year. Which was
Yeah.
step up on the defensive side.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Got the
Seems
running
like-
game going.
seems
Got
like-
the running game going.
And we
running
got to get
game.
these injuries under control
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that.
That's the
fucking-
biggest. That's the biggest
Hell,
Achilles.
they had 14 starters on injured reserve 2010. They still won the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
things happen.
You know?
Yeah. You just never know.
You can always almost guarantee that we'll get to the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, we'll get the playoffs, but it's actually going to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what I want to
The
see.
first,
If they get there and they don't win, I
pretty
don't
much
care.
the biggest
as long as they
test.
got there again, but I'd love to see them
the
win.
biggest test the Packers have this season is right away, week 1 in
Yeah.
Seattle.
Yeah, yeah. Seattle Seahawks, yeah.
In Seattle on prime time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
The Super Bowl winners from last year,
Yeah.
they're going to play.
Good. Think I'll have another fail, Mary.
I don't know. We'll see what happens at that point in time.
I still fucking hate the Seahawks for that.
Yeah.
And I think that concludes
Oh,
our red
one
hot.
second. I got one more second.
sports.
What did the Badger and the LSU score end up being?
Damn it!
Yeah.
You don't want
Badgers
to talk
lost.
about
Badgers
He didn't
lost.
want
They
to. He didn't
lost.
want to talk about
Oh,
it. He
no.
didn't want to talk about that one.
by how much?
4 points.
4 points.
Oh.
They a lot of lost
They had the
points.
lead
in
the
bad
entire
news.
game.
I know.
Yeah. And they gave it up.
Wow.
And again, the Badgers can't find a quarterback that can throw it.
Because we left at halftime.
Yeah, but it's college. I can't get into it. I'm sorry.
Me either.
It's like getting into the local high school. I guess can't.
If
do
there's
it.
any college games that are out there, I'd only
They're-
watch the Badgers.
of
really.
course, of course.
But
I don't watch all college football. I
Yeah.
check the scores.
Yeah.
But the Badger games on, I'm watching it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
oh, that's a kind of a bummer.
It's just one of those things I don't get into. Though. It's like I'm like fuck it.
I
There's
don't
some,
either.
It's a
and,
game.
Yeah, there's some people that don't like the NFL and love watching college football. And there's some that
I'm not
can't
a-
stand college
yeah.
football, and all they watch is the NFL.
That's not me. I just don't like watching college. I
No.
don't know what it is
I
about
can't watch
college, but I
NASCAR
just
either.
can't.
Fuck
No
that.
fucking Jesus.
I hate
No.
it.
Doing a left turn. Another
Some of this
left
shit.
turn.
Yeah.
Going
With
on.
NASCAR, you guess he brought that up.
Yeah. This Tony Stewart
Tony
shit.
Stewart.
I didn't know about this till
Oh,
the other
about
day.
him running that guy over?
Well, he
No,
After
he
that
didn't
happened,
deliberately.
I was talking to Matt about it, and
After-
Matt gave me a little insight into it, and he showed me the video. And I watched the video, and he's like, "Yeah, this guy." They described it to me because we were at Kurt's on Saturday, and he's like, "Yeah, this guy. Something happened, and he ends up up on the rail on the
Kevin?
on the
Kevin Ward.
Yeah, he ends up on the rail on the outside of the track. He gets out of the vehicle and he's walking into the track and pointing at Tony Stewart like it was his fucking fault.
And Tony Stewart.
Yeah,
Spin him out.
So then they told me about it. I'm like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot. Who's stupid enough to get out and run
You don't go on
into the
One,
middle of a
one
track?
major rule:
Yeah.
stay in your fucking car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he shows me the video, and I'm like, all right, well, yeah, that guy's a fucking idiot. You get out of a black car in a black suit in the darkest spot of the track, and you're walking into
And it was
traffic.
like 10 o'clock at night. So it,
Yeah,
and there's,
nobody's gonna see you.
Lap
not-
17 out of 25.
Yeah,
Or
not-
lap 14. I'm sorry, lap 14 out
it's
of
not
25.
lit up. It's not lit up like Lambeau Field. It's not.
Yeah.
So then
There's only
Matt
a
was
few
telling me
lights on
that
the
Or
Tony,
Talladega.
he
Yeah,
thought
it's
Tony
not lit up.
Yeah, he thought Tony Stewart was actually trying to prove a point by like spitting dirt into him.
That's what
I
he was
don't
trying to
think
do.
Did he
But
say he was
that's
trying
what
to
I
do
heard.
that?
No,
That's
that's
what.
Okay,
That's
so
what
if he didn't
what's
say
saying.
that, I don't believe it.
But see, that's what was suspected. That you know how sometimes you do that little tail.
Yeah.
You know, and
Because-
they do that on
because
asphalt.
Tony Stewart, because Tony in his
He's
Tony
been known
Stewart's
to do
career,
that
he's
shit.
been
known to do that.
He's been known to have that bad boy attitude,
Right.
To do shit that would do shit like that.
Right.
But there was another after that incident when people were saying Tony Stewart was intentionally trying to throw dirt at him. There was another sprint car driver. I don't even know who it was.
Right ahead of him. Wasn't it? Was it ahead of him or behind him?
I don't know. It was just another sprint car racer that came forward and said that with those sprint cars, they're very similar to a jet ski.
Mm-hmm.
In order to turn, you
have
need
to speed
you
up.
need to have acceleration
Exactly.
behind it.
Yeah.
So, and that was Tony Stewart was trying to accelerate to turn to get down to the lowest part of the track
Tried to miss him.
because
he was right there, almost
Which
right in
makes
front
sense.
of him.
when
Which
if you
makes
see the
sense.
tires on the
Yeah,
the
they're
back
fucking
tires on
huge.
those things, they're pretty goddamn
I mean,
big.
he caught up underneath him a couple times before he was whipped out of it.
Are you able to pull a video up at all? They even have it up?
I'm sure we could.
I haven't seen it. I've heard of the tragic story.
Yeah, and you-
But then you hear this guy that
guy's-
I read an article about this one guy. He used to drive him for a couple of years. Okay, but you're not a professional driver.
Yeah.
You know, you're retired. You don't do it. You've only drove them a couple of years. Here you got somebody that has driven NASCAR and everything else.
Kevin Ward kid, people were like, oh, he's just a young kid. He didn't know. Actually, yeah, the kid's he's 20.
He's a young guy, but he's
He
been
was
driving
23. I think he was 23, and he'd been driving. He'd
since he
been
was a teenager.
driving since he was like 4. He'd been driving. Started with go karts when he was like 4 or 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd been driving for 15 plus years, almost 20 years of his life.
So he's had experience.
So he knew. So why he
but
got
why
out of
didn't
his
he
car,
know not to get the fuck out of a
he
vehicle
let
and
his
walk?
emotion.
His
Nothing
emotions,
against
yeah.
nothing against Kevin Ward. It's a tragedy, but
His emotions got the best
he got
better of
his,
him.
his emotions got the better of him,
Yep.
You gotta be
and
kidding
he
me.
exited his
They took
vehicle.
it.
They took it off the.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a
death.
lot of places that you take off. They took off.
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
actually go right to YouTube.
YouTube took it off because
YouTube
it violates
dropped
their
it.
fucking thing.
It's a death. Whoa.
So these are the types of cars that they're.
Them are
at. So
the-
this is
yeah.
what happens: is he gets clipped,
He gets
flips
clipped.
around
That's
a little
Kevin
bit,
Ward right
That's-
there.
and then you'll see him get out.
Get out of on the opposite side.
Now that's
he
on
walks
turn
around.
4. And then he
Tires fucking blown
Now
out.
there's a whole 2 laps go by though. By the time he gets out,
He gets out.
He
He
gets
comes.
out.
He does
He
the wrong
gets
thing,
bitched.
and he comes
Yeah.
in after Tony Stewart, and he's pointing
That's
at him.
stupid.
Yep.
See, then he jumps down in front of him. He almost gets hit by that guy, and then Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart.
That was
hits
it.
him.
That was
Yeah,
it. And then
that
he's
was Tony
laying there.
Stewart, and then now they said his cause of
Look
death
at how
was
quick they were responding, though.
they were
That's-
already on their way because he spun out.
Oh,
that was
okay.
that's
okay. I saw. I'm like, holy shit, that's so
Yeah.
fucking fast.
But see, if he would have stayed in his car, let everything clear up, then confront Tony Stewart after the race, they were, like I said, they were on 14 of 25 laps. It wouldn't have took much more, and it was
if
been
he would have
done.
waited. If he would have waited 15 more minutes, he could have talked. He could have confronted Tony Stewart in
Right.
the pits.
yeah.
Oh.
But if you can see it really slowly, he actually gets wrapped around the tire, and he goes and then he flips out.
That,
That guy spins to
Oh.
miss him. Oh God! And he jumps in front
See,
of
there
him.
he's into
So
the
now
tire.
you can see the tire right there. Yeah.
how fast was he going when he hit?
Well, they were in the yellow. They were in yellow when it
I don't know
happened.
how
so
fast they go.
Oh,
they
man.
said they were down about 35 miles an hour, I think it was, when they hit him. When they were down in speed.
So was that
After
just to like break his neck or?
No, he had massive internal injuries.
From blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma, yeah.
That's unfortunate what happened to him.
I mean, he was still alive there. He died in the hospital
No,
afterwards.
I thought he died.
No.
Heard he
he-
died
no.
on the track. He was dead before they even got to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, he probably didn't even. I mean, he wasn't really probably aware that he was in there at the time. You know.
Well, it could have or couldn't have. No one knows, obviously.
And I
From
don't know
the
what
video
the,
that
I don't
you
know what
see,
the
you
kind
really
of vision
can't
the
tell.
drivers have in that car with that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I read where
Fins
some
on
guy
top.
says I used to drive those and you could see a lot on those, and you know it's like he was trying to defend Kevin Ward,
Make
you know,
Tony Stewart
and
look
make
like a dumb-
folks Tony Stewart, you
That's
know,
'cause people don't like Tony
he had to
Stewart.
deliberately hit him, all this other stuff. You could see a lot on those. It's like, you know, that's your opinion. But you know, I mean, come on. You don't know what Kevin Ward did. You don't know if Stewart tried to make the corner and hit and tail came around. You don't know. I mean, what you see on the video is what you see. You don't know what was going through his head or Stewart's
Or the
head.
people in the audience.
I mean, it
or
didn't
what.
look like he was
And
running him down or chasing him down
at
in the
first,
vehicle.
Tony Stewart said nothing about what he was going to do. So everybody thought, oh, Tony Stewart's going to just brush this off and go race Sunday
And
in
he
the
didn't.
NASCAR race.
He didn't.
He sat out that race,
It bothered him bad.
and he spent the whole week grieving, and 2 weeks. He actually
Missed, you know?
he sat out 2 weeks.
And then I heard
of
he
NASCAR.
retired.
No.
He decided to retire from NASCAR. That's what I heard.
Why did he race yesterday?
Well,
was
that's
he
what I
ra-
just heard. I don't know. I don't
He-
watch NASCAR
He
anymore.
raced
I'm not-
yesterday.
Did he?
He was in his Bass Pro Shop 14.
But I heard that he was
Chevrolet,
planning on
whatever he
retiring
drives.
Was that like, what, 3 weeks ago that happened?
That was about a month
ago.
I don't pay attention too much to it all. I just heard about it Saturday. I'm like, what the fuck? Never heard, you know. And
Well, there's a lot of stuff
I kept
that
seeing
kinda-
pictures, you know, like on the news, like CNN or stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, I'm back." He goes, you know, big picture, I'm back, and it's like,
And there was a big.
okay, cool, whatever.
The police did an investigation into it, and they found nothing that
Didn't look malicious.
wasn't
nothing that
purpose,
seemed
on purpose.
criminal activity that
Yeah.
he did it on purpose.
But you think, you know, when there are racers out there, there's going to be people bumping and rubbing tires. There's
happens.
always going to be a little bit of that. I mean, you're going fucking how
Well,
fast?
you could see what happened
Hundreds
there,
of miles
you
an
know?
hour?
I mean, Tony Stewart's ahead of him. Kevin Ward's here, and as they come around, his ass end bumped him and put him up into the railing. I mean, come on, sprint cars. You have like what we were saying. You have to put a little speed when you go around the corners to turn.
You see how
know?
they. You see how
Bam!
they
He's gone. It happens.
when they turn.
They're no, they glide.
Yeah, he just
gliding.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
they
it's-
drift. They drift corners.
That's
Oh
what I
God,
meant to
fuck!
say.
That's all they do is drift the corners all the way around every corner.
That's how those
Yeah, well,
cars.
when I was talking to Matt about it too, is I said I have no pity for him. I don't have pity for either of those guys because you pretty much sign your life away when you get in that vehicle anyway.
it's
You know,
dangerous.
that's-
Every one
I
of
remember-
those drivers
I remember
sign
That kid
waivers
would still
before
be
they
alive
race.
if he would have stayed in his fucking car.
Yes, he would have.
Yeah, if he would have been smart. Obviously, he's too stupid. I don't pity a
His
fool.
emotions got the best of him.
Yeah.
And now look what it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but
But his dad came on, Kevin Ward Sr. came on the news, and he does not feel ill regrets to Stewart.
Anyone, yeah.
He says
shouldn't.
it was an accident. It happened, and there's nothing we can change about it. You know. And after he came on the news and said that, a lot of fans of Kevin Ward shut the fuck up
Well, they should.
because he says, "Now I have to deal with a death," but you know, he says it happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
I
you know,
I didn't see the Tony Stewart this past week before the weekend. It was on Thursday or Friday. He had a press conference saying that he was going to race, and it was his first time publicly speaking since
That
the,
happened.
the accident happened. And obviously, it's something Tony Stewart said it himself. It's something he's going to have to live with for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
going to
true.
affect him.
Yeah,
you know, that's just like if you're in a car accident, you know, on a highway and you kill somebody if it's an accident. You know, I mean, you
never an easy
you
thing.
have to deal with the you know what happens out there. I mean, whether it was an intentional
I
or
just
not.
don't. I don't
mean,
pity a fool. You got out of the fucking car.
Well, but you know
Sorry.
that was a lot of the remarks on Facebook and everywhere else you saw on Twitter. You know, what's the number one rule when you're racing? Stay in your fucking car. That's, I mean, that was it. You stay in your car until everything is resolved. Don't, you know, until the officials give you the okay to get out of your car, that's when you get out of your car. Because, you know, I mean, look what happened in
I mean, unless your
NASCAR.
car's about to blow up.
But I mean, look back a few, 10, 15 years ago in NASCAR, you know, you had a driver that spun out, he gets out, another crash happens, spins out, hits him, and he goes and dies. You know, I mean, it happens. If the guy would have stayed, just because he was on the infield next to the track, he thought he was safe, gets out. You're never safe until the authorities tell you that it's safe to get out of your vehicle. Whether they stop the race completely or they pull you out of out of harm's way. You know,
safest place is in your
I
vehicle.
mean, there was another guy that had when they hit that EMT guy. You know, EMTs get down there to help work on this guy. Another accident happens. And somebody else gets nailed. You know, they lived, but I mean, they were seriously injured. But it's like, you know, that's a
safe
job
place
that
to
you
be.
have to do. I mean, you know, and everybody signs waivers. I mean, they know that it's a dangerous job. I mean, but
do we have time for your all-day pub?
Sure, we're done with Red
we
Hot
done
Sports.
for Red Hot
I'm done with
Sports.
Yeah, I think
All right.
so.
I think it went well. It wasn't no fucking minute.
I love the smell of it come in the morning.
That's the idea. Getting heavier lately, right? The music.
What's that saying? If it's too loud, you're too old.
Yeah. Can't take the heat. Get your ass out of the
I
kitchen.
had a fucking headache. Fuck.
It's over.
Maybe I should have did that polka version one.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, another edition of Neuron Napalm. All right, guys.
Answer's
Here's
A.
What's that?
Answer
A?
C.
Well, you from Canada?
A.
Answer is B.
All right, we're going to do some tile trivia here, guys.
All right.
We'll start out with design.
Ooh, there you go.
All right. Which fashion designer created the overly pointed bustier
Jesus, Madonna used.
for Madonna's 1990 Blonde Ambition
I
tour?
have no clue.
What's this?
Chanel.
They wanted to
Chanel.
know who created the fucking cone titties for Madonna's tour for the Blonde Ambition tour back in 1990.
Coco Chanel.
Coco Chanel?
I have no idea.
No, that would be
Fuck
incorrect.
no. Gucci.
No, I kind of thought it was like one of them type of guys too, but
Some French fucker.
this way his name is, I'd say he's French.
I have no fucking clue.
I have no clue.
Well, it's Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Yeah, Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Gaultier.
Gaultier, yeah.
Gaultier.
Yeah.
He's the one that designed that.
Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Gaultier.
Yeah, it's Jean. It's not Jean.
Jean.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Jean, but
Like Jean-Luc Picard.
This is him right here. Huh.
Well, he looks like that guy off that that one movie from the guy that did the Hellraiser.
Oh, yeah?
What the hell was that movie? Lord of Illusions. He was that psycho.
Oh, yeah.
That blonde
the
psycho
blonde
guy?
psycho in there, yeah.
Like-
With the gold pants.
Like he cut his nipples off or some shit.
Yeah. One of the followers.
Yeah. All right, next.
All right, next one.
Next would be geography.
Okay.
In which country is the state of Andhra Pradesh?
What
Pradesh.
country has the state?
In which country is the state of Andhra Pradesh?
Oh, boy. Russia? Let's see. Ice is not paying attention.
No, it's not Russia.
Red Hot's not paying attention.
They're bored.
Shut up. Trying to fix something here real quick.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess it's
Okay.
between you and I.
Russia.
What was the
No.
question?
Just name a country.
Germany.
All right.
No.
India.
Ah!
Yeah, you got
You're
it.
right.
Holy shit.
That was a
Maybe we should fix shit more often.
I pulled that out of my ass.
Okay.
Why is that? My fucking segment comes up, you start doing fucking scans on your computer and scrubbing your nuts and
Pulled that out of your ass like Michael Sam.
Michael Sam in it.
salmon.
I'm gonna salmon it.
All right. Language, next category.
I'll try to Sam that one too.
In the fashion industry, what does pret-a-porter mean?
Pret-a-porter?
Yes.
Pret-a-porter.
P-R-E-T-A-P-O-R-T-E-R.
It's probably a fold or a crimp of sorts. Like, you know, the
Pret-a-porter.
They made a movie
Cleavage.
about this.
Predator?
Cleavage.
No, not Predator.
Predator 2.
Oh, kinky boots?
No.
No?
These boots are made for walking.
It's either a movie or a song they made about it. It was called Pret-a-porter.
Predator? I don't remember that.
The Devil in Prada.
Yeah?
Not Devil Wears Prada. Everybody give up on this one?
I don't know.
Or are you looking? Not Pret-a-file.
No. What's it called again?
Pret-a-porter. P-R-E-T-P-R-E-T-A P-O-R-T-E-R, and there's like hyphens in between. There you go.
Released
it was a
US
film.
Ready to Wear, 1980 Satire Committee, co-director, blah, 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 blah. So it was a film. Ready to Wear was the film.
Yep.
The only thing I can
that's
think
what
of is
that
about
means.
walking.
Means ready to wear.
Ready to wear that's
Oh.
what that means. Pret-a-porter means ready to wear.
Huh. Okay. Not in my league of information.
The categories we picked this time are kind of hard.
Just
so
weird.
Next one.
I got
the
India.
final one for this is literature. Yeah, that was by fucking just skinny your asshole. Hold on, you're never going to get this one either. Which novel by Frank McCourt won the 1997 Pulitzer Prize?
Frank McCourt.
Don't know.
Oh, is it Angela's Ashes? Yeah, I read that book. It's a very good book.
Fuck's that about anyway?
It's about two young Irish. I believe they're Irish.
It's a boot.
They could be British or English, but it's about a kid and his brother growing up basically and living poor. So, and his brother is a very famous actor. I can't remember. What's his name again?
Frank McCourt.
Frank McCourt. Yeah.
I don't know, there's something I forgot. While he's checking that up.
Frank McCourt. Yeah, there was Angela's Ashes, but his brother is a pretty famous actor as well. He's got siblings. Where is it? We're supposed to talk about his siblings.
They go down. Go down.
Early career,
That's what
teachings,
she said.
writings,
Personal
personal
life.
life.
Go down.
Go down. Go down.
Go down.
Oh, what the fuck was his brother's name?
A little bit lower.
Do you know any McCourts that are pretty famous for
No.
acting? I
Never
can't
heard of
remember.
any.
I've heard the name McCourt before, but I can't pinpoint who they'd be.
Yeah, they don't have his name in here. That's surprising. Yeah, basically,
Go to personal life.
Angela's Ashes, a tragic memoir of the miseries and squalor of his childhood. Yeah. Go to what?
Where it says personal life. Right there.
That's what we were looking at.
Get a life.
It doesn't say anything about family.
Right here.
But it doesn't say anything about family.
He was married. blah,
Okay,
blah,
he
blah.
survived by Ellen, his daughter, Maggie, his grandmother, grandson Frank, Jack, and Avery, and 3 brothers and their families. So
See,
it
they
doesn't
don't
really
even talk
say
about his
yeah,
brother,
It doesn't
yeah.
say about his brothers.
I know his brother's an actor too, but he talks about it in the.
But usually Wikipedia doesn't have all the information. either.
It's a really good book.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
really good book. So Frank
All right.
McCourt, yeah, Angela's Ashes.
All right,
See, I pulled that one out of my Sam's.
Well, you had more more information about that one. All right. What categories you guys want to go with? You want to go with story, quote, characters, or cast? Just pick one.
Quote.
Quote? Okay. This is from a 2006 drama. And the quote of the movie is, "This may sound like gibberish to you, but I think I'm in a tragedy."
This sounds like gibberish to you, but I think I'm in a tragedy.
Yep.
Is it a? I'm not sure.
I've never seen it either.
What's it called?
Well, I'll give you the actors just to kind of maybe help it out. Will Ferrell, Emma Thompson, and Dustin Hoffman were in it.
Is that the one where he's a basketball star?
No, you're thinking of
All stars.
Euro or something. Euroball? No, not
No.
Euroball. That was our fucking podcast.
Who's the first
Soccer.
name? Who's the first name?
All Pro. That's
All
what he's
Pro.
thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Nah, that's
thinking.
not it.
Okay. What is it?
Emma Thompson and Dustin Hoffman are the other two.
No, the first one. Will it was Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
Okay.
Will Ferrell.
I have no clue.
Stranger Than Fiction. Does that even ring a bell?
Oh, Stranger Than Fiction.
Not a clue.
Losers.
Losers. You didn't know either.
Stranger Than Fiction.
losers. We're all losers.
And that's a drama. If you don't hear,
Oh, that's the one where he's a writer. Okay. And it's the writer, he hears this voice, and the voice tells him what to do. Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
I seen the cover.
No,
of
he's an
that movie.
IRS auditor. Suddenly finds himself the subject of a narrate. Yeah, there's a writer that's writing a story, and her story is his life.
Okay.
So she's writing the story, and as she writes it, his life is it. So
You actually see his life.
it's weird
played
how
out.
So they're writing his life as it's going, or as she's making a book.
They're both alive. She's
Alright.
writing a book, but the book happens to be him,
About his life.
about him and his life.
Okay.
So he fits the character.
And he hears this. Or
He
doesn't
starts
like a
hearing her
hearable
narrating
voice.
or something.
Yeah.
I suppose that's kind of a weird thing to see him in a fucking.
Yeah, I've seen
drama.
that movie. That's actually all right. Yeah, that's a
You
good
usually
one.
see him in goofy fucking comedies and shit.
Yeah.
Not
Well, he's been in
dramas.
some pretty nice independent films. There was an independent film I watched him in. He actually did a commercial for PBR for it. And it was help promoting the movie.
PBR or PBS,
PBR. Why can't I see his fucking
Pabst Blue
shit?
Ribbon.
the beer company.
Babs Blibbin game.
How come? Oh, there it is. Wow, that was
Blabs Blue
fucking
Blibbin.
slow.
Past blue bourbon can.
Blabs Blue Ribbon can.
He makes his other appearance.
It was in not 30 Rock, not The Campaign, The Internship. What was it called? Did a good job in the Lego Movie too. Did you guys see that?
I've never seen
Oh,
it.
it's so fucking funny, man.
No.
Eastbound and Down. No, this must be all TV
I'm
shit.
100 films behind everybody.
You are? Why?
I'm kind of
I haven't
behind
seen
myself.
Robot. I mean, Robot. I haven't
Robo,
seen
Robobot.
Roborot.
this is
RoboCop, the new one.
everything-
I haven't seen Elysium.
This
I
one here.
haven't seen any of those.
This was on Netflix, but Everything Must Go. I thought that was a pretty good movie. It was more of an independent movie about a guy who kind of loses his job and his wife, and
My life.
he ends up moving out on the front
Almost.
yard and he has all
Yeah,
his
lose
shit
his life.
living in. He has all his shit on the front yard because she kicked him out of the house and he had nowhere to go, so he lives in his yard, in the front yard.
He lives
So,
in the yard.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I liked it, but I always like those independent type films. I just watched one the other day. What's it? Is it The World? No, is it The World Ends or Our Last Day or something like that? And it was an independent film about somebody sent a text out that said "Goodbye World," and it was apocalyptic, but it wasn't like zombie type shit. It was just-
Didn't have Steve Carell in it, did he?
no,
Oh.
no. Go ahead.
Okay. Next category: story, characters, or cast. Which one?
Stories.
What?
Characters.
Characters. All right.
Cast.
Well, fuck y'all. Whatever. Red Hots.
Just go stories. I don't care.
1999 drama.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Characters: Robert Paulson, Tyler Durden.
Tyler Durden.
You should know that last name.
Yeah. That would be fucking hey.
Fight Club.
Ah, there you go. You got her.
You got it,
Beat him.
fucker.
Beat him. Really, you beat him. Yeah, that was a really kind of a mindfuck movie, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Was
it
it
was
a
drama.
Yeah.
That's what it said was a drama.
Yeah.
That's why it confused the shit out of me. That's why I was like, Fight Club?
Well, action drama.
Oh, it's based off a book written by what's it fucking? I want to say Krakow, but it's not.
Crackle.
Yeah,
Krakow?
No, I can't remember his name.
Crack
He's
whore?
got a few
Crack
books
whore.
out there that he's written that have gone to adaptation to
It's a
movies.
book written by a crack whore.
You've never seen that movie before?
Fight Club? You've never seen Fight Club? Well, shit, you're more than 100 movies behind.
I told you I'm way behind.
It's out there.
Shit.
It's
I really don't.
basically you
Oh,
got
from
fucking
1999. Yeah, I
basically
haven't
got a
seen
split personality. Basically, that's what it's about.
it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see that one to be very good.
It's actually
It's funny.
really fucking good.
They've got a little bit of comedy mixed in.
Edward
with
Norton does a good job
action,
in it. Watch Primal Fear
Little
yesterday.
man tits.
Yeah, watch Primal Fear yesterday.
Man
With,
tits?
The guy had man tits. He kept getting shoved into
I've
the guy's
seen
man
Primal
tits.
Fear.
yeah, that was
Meatloaf.
Yeah. You've seen Primal Fear? Yeah. That's a pretty good one, too.
And he's a good actor.
I like Edward Norton.
Story.
All right, we go with story. 2000 fucking drama again. 2007 drama storyline. A prospector builds an oil empire
Oh.
after stumbling on crude oil deposits.
There Will Be Blood.
There you go. You got her.
Yeah.
Daniel Day
Daniel
Lewis.
Day-Lewis. Yeah. You've never seen that one either? What the fuck is wrong with
102
you, man?
movies behind.
104.
And the final one for this cast.
You can borrow my Fight Club. I have it.
I have it at home as
You want
well.
to watch it? It's good.
1997 action movie. Cast. Casper Van Dyne, Denise Richards, which used to be married to
Wild Things?
Charlie Sheen.
Wild Things.
That's her in Wild Things, but Casper Van Dyne is the male lead in this movie.
Okay.
It's an action movie, science fiction action movie.
Oh, is it Stormtroopers? Or fucking Trooper movie?
You're on the right track.
Space Troopers? No.
Starship Troopers.
Starship
There you
Trooper.
go.
That's
Starship
it.
Troopers.
That's what I said.
Stormtroopers. Excellent. Wrong movie.
Yeah, you could see some nice titties in that movie.
It's almost like a fucking porn.
Starship. Yeah.
Although
Ginger
some
tits.
of those new ones that come out, yeah, ginger tits, yeah.
Okay, can you guys name different movies with weddings in them?
Wedding Crashers.
Okay, there's one.
How about Father of the Bride?
Okay.
Yeah.
40-year-old
What
version.
about
How about Father of the Bride 2?
well, that's four of them.
40-year-old version.
What about Wedding Singer?
Wedding Singer.
yeah, Wedding
Singer.
Wedding Singer. Well, what about the Princess Bride?
Princess Bride have it?
Yeah, at the end, yeah.
Okay. What about
Made in Manhattan.
What about
there you go.
Spaceballs? Had a wedding in
There
it.
you go. There you go.
How many is
Was
that?
that
7 or
my
8?
Big fat Greek
How
wedding.
about Star Wars Episode 3 or 2? Episode 2.
Yeah.
There's a wedding at the end of that one.
Why are we naming weddings?
Because that's the categories for these movies.
Oh, okay.
They just want to know how many different movies we can pick. They have titles of, or not titles, but weddings.
There's a lot of fucking movies with weddings in it.
Well, off the top of our head, that's not bad. It's like 8 of them.
Yeah. That was
Okay.
that was the answer. We
No,
had
we
to
just
name?
basically just.
All right.
This is just basically you just name whatever you can come up with.
All right.
I
Okay, give the names of different actors who are famous for their voices.
Robin
Robin
Williams.
James Earl Jones pops in my
yeah.
head.
Oh yeah. Darth Vader.
Morgan Freeman,
Morgan
Morgan
Freeman.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
Not male or female, or it doesn't make
It
any
could be
difference.
anything. Doesn't say male or female. It could be female as well.
Well,
But
Cameron
they're famous
Diaz,
for their voices. So
Famous for their
Cameron,
voice.
Cameron Diaz,
is she famous
the
for
princess
her voice?
from Shrek, all the Shrek,
Shrek,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Mila
Mike
Kunis.
Myers.
Michael Myers.
Oh,
yeah.
and
Mila
and
Kunis.
Eddie
and
Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Donkey.
Hey, donkey!
Chris Rock. No, not
No.
really.
Every
I
ti-
was a Chris
you know
Rock.
what? Every time I think of Chris Rock, the only thing that pops in my head is a fucking guinea pig.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the
From,
guinea, from the
Dr. Doolittle.
Doolittle.
gadgets or whatever.
Is that it then?
Adam's favorite.
Yeah.
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, Meg. Yeah.
Meg. Shut up, Meg.
Oh, then you got to say what's his name that came
Seth
up with
MacFarlane.
Seth
Well,
MacFarlane.
he
yeah.
does
Seth
like
Green.
3 of them.
Seth Green.
Seth Green. He does.
Yeah. Or who's the chick who does Bart Simpson and Homer?
Oh, I can't remember that girl's name.
I don't remember.
I think her name is Nancy. I think Cartwright. Nancy
Something
Cartwright.
Like that, something like that. Yeah. All right, next one.
Okay, this is the final one. Name different talking animals from movies.
Talking animals.
That donkey!
Not animated. Let's think,
Talking
like
animals
Mr.
from
Ed.
movies.
The
Mr.
donkey!
All the animals from Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah, there you go. Well, there's a rabbit.
Well,
a
you still
monkey.
had the donkey
Different
from the
talking
Shrek
animals.
movie.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
movie, whether it's
Yeah,
animated
but
or not.
I'm thinking more like
Well, they're saying
real-
movies, and it's say animated or not,
Yeah.
so it's movies.
Okay.
Um,
Well, how about Pig and
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's
Charlotte's
Web
Web.
or Babe?
And
the Pig?
Babe? No, he didn't really talk.
yeah, you did.
Did he? Not in Babe.
Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
they talked.
What about Jabba the Hutt?
A talking slug,
Slug, a worm.
talking animals. Though, but
Talking animals, huh? How many movies do you know? I mean, with real talking.
well, if you go
animals?
animated, you can think of a shit ton of them.
Gremlins.
Yeah, but that's more of a
No.
What
creature.
the fuck is that thing?
That's still an animal.
Yeah.
Oh, what about that one Cats and Dogs movie? You know,
Hey,
Uh,
hey,
Cats and dogs, like
It's
Marmaduke.
called Cats and Dogs.
hey,
I think.
What?
Bob.
Bob?
Little alien.
Garfield.
Bob.
How's that?
Head.
That's an alien. We're talking animals.
Still
Like
an animal.
human
He's,
animals.
he's an alien animal.
Human
Earth
animal.
animals.
The human animal.
No.
A human Earth animal.
Human Earth.
What about
The Chihuahua
Nemo.
one.
Yeah, there you go. The Chihuahua movies.
Where all the fucking Chihuahuas talk.
Yeah, George Lopez.
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians? No, the dogs don't talk in that.
No.
How
Animated
about,
one.
how about
they do.
Happy
Yes.
Feet? How about
Penguins.
Yeah, penguins.
how about
Frozen.
the birds? About those freaking
Yeah.
Rio.
Yeah, Rio.
Okay.
nut job.
Nut job. Yeah, there's something we need. A nut job.
That's
All those
Michael Sam.
all
With your
those
blue suede testicles.
Blue suede testes. All right.
All right, next one.
Okay, and these are the three final things. They're not really related to movies or anything. It's just your personal opinion.
random shit.
Personal opinion on stuff.
No.
Who is your hero?
Holy shit.
Wow.
Really?
Get
That was
fucking
pretty-
I know
personal
Herb's
edition.
hero.
Yeah.
Who's one person that just pops
hey,
in your head
I-
that's like you
I
wish you
know-
could be them, you wish you could meet them, wish you could do
I know Herb's
everything
hero.
they've done.
Okay, you answer mine, I'll answer yours.
Herb's
I already
hero,
know his.
Herb's hero is his right hand.
My flashlight. Yeah. Oh no, well, I mean, I guess it depends upon what your definition of hero is. You know, somebody you look up to, somebody that.
Well, that's
you
what I'm
might
thinking
wanna
they're going
be.
by is who you look up to, who you wish you, if you could be somebody
Who
would that be?
inspired you,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
your
Kevin
hero.
Smith, obviously.
Okay. Well, that was a given right there. Everybody knows who mine is.
And George Lucas.
No. Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford would be mine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was
really have
thinking.
one.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody
You don't have
sports,
no.
actors, sports
How about
related?
Bob Euchre?
I can name 7.
7 heroes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're just gonna fucking blow everybody out of the water, huh?
Monday,
he's
Tuesday,
gonna-
Wednesday,
He's
Thursday.
gonna name every fucking
No.
captain from Star Trek.
Jeff
Yeah, right.
Bridges?
William Shatner, Patrick Stewart.
Fucking knew it.
Captain Janeway too.
Yeah, Captain Janeway, Jerry Ryan, the Borg.
She's got some nice
all
ra-
of them. All makes.
I like Jerry Ryan.
Anything
like the-
related to Star Trek?
So your hero is a false character.
The Star Trek
Or is
universe.
it all those actors?
Not necessarily, because I've always enjoyed what William Shatner's ever done. Not whether it's just in movies or what he has done, but in life what he's done. I mean, even today, for being like 81 years old, he still goes out and plays paintball and does things like that.
Did you
all
just
the
dig
time.
into my brain? I was just gonna say that.
and I was always, he out of anybody that I would love to meet or visit and talk with would be William Shatner.
And hang out with you. Same thing for Harrison
And my
Ford. It'd
second
be awesome.
person would be Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, I'd say
She's
I
still
don't
part
know-
of Star Trek.
Well, she was Guinan.
I'd say Kevin Smith and Dave
Wait, what?
Matthews.
Guinan.
Yeah. She was the bartender on Next Generation.
She always wore like that big elaborate fucking headpiece all the time.
She wasn't in every show. She was in, out of the 7 seasons, she's probably, she was on and off.
Speak of a woman actor that's kind of bounced around, Whoopi Goldberg's one of them.
She's done a
She's
lot
done a
of
lot of
things.
shit,
She
man.
hasn't really been in anything lately.
Oh, she's in Glee.
Oh, is she? Oh.
Yeah,
She's on
she's
that
also on
fucking-
View.
She does a lot of voiceovers to a lot of movies.
Yeah. Let's just hope we don't find her hanging off of a belt.
Well, I saw. Kind of get back, with her, you had Whoopi Goldberg, you had Robin Williams, and you had Billy Crystal.
Billy
Those
Crystal.
were the
It's
three
kind of the
people
three.
that were
From
always
Comic
together.
Relief. Comic Relief.
And not to get back with the Robin Williams thing, but
Might as well bring it around.
Chase brought up a video. It was almost like a toast to Robin Williams' life, and Billy Crystal was up on stage talking.
That was
about
on
him.
the 88th annual Emmy Awards.
Yeah, and you said he was. It's so hard talking to somebody that in the past when he was so present.
Now, he said it's hard to talk about Robin Williams in a past tense when he was always a present type of guy. He was always in your face, present type of guy. Yeah. It was actually pretty cool. I watched the Emmys and I watched him talk about it.
Yeah, it was
actually
really, really
pretty cool.
kind of hard to watch that, but things are the way they are.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, I got 2 final things to ask you
All
guys
right.
here, and that'll be it for my segment. Have you had a meeting or experience that has given you the "it's a small world" feeling? Like, wow, this is a fucking small world. I mean, somebody that I know somebody you know, and it's just fucking, this world is small or whatever.
Bunch.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Is there like one experience or one
One that
instance?
stands out,
Yeah.
like holy shit, that person.
Yeah.
I do too. No, I don't think I've ever had any of that. I mean, I know I always say it's a small world. The coincidences that happen.
I've
but-
had it happen so many times where what he's talking about, but nothing that ever really stands out.
What about you, Ice? Anything?
Do what?
Have you had a meeting or experience that has given you the "it's a small world" feeling?
I don't know. That's hard to say, really.
And it's really kind of hard to wrap around one
All I know is
specific
that
experience. I
somebody
think.
expressed something to me about life, and she had her pastor, her minister, her priest, or whatever you want to call him, is a coworker of mine. Basically wanted you. She basically said, the hyphen that is between the day that you're born to the day that you die. You have to think of the hyphen as your life. It's a very small part of this world. From the day that you're born, from the day you're.
You're talking about the birth month to the birth year to
no.
the day
I
that
mean,
you're
okay,
born?
if you
that's
it's
what I was
like
just
thinking.
for instance, we go to the cemetery and we look at Dad's gravestone. It says he was born and he died, and in between the 2 years, there's this little bitty hyphen.
It's a dash.
Yeah.
That is your life. That is the extent
very
of
short.
your life. Yes.
Yeah, but
And
in
it-
the real spectrum of the world and everything that's going
Everything
on,
is so small.
It
I
really
mean,
is a representation of what your
life
really
is
means.
like. And I never thought of it in that point at all, that little dash would be everything you stand for from the time that you were born until the day you die. I kind of never thought of it that way, but now it makes you think a little bit differently. That's
a
very
different
small.
aspect on your small
Well,
world.
that's
Yeah.
I guess the world is small when you
you
look
kind
at
of
it that
spun
way.
that one on its back.
All right, last
Well,
one.
I mean, I just saying. It was just what
I couldn't think of
It was
anything
good.
either.
Yeah.
Okay, final question here. Which personality, I'm sorry, let me rephrase this. Which personal quality do you think you lack?
Oh boy,
Oh shit.
personal quality I lack as a human being or as an individual.
Not saying goodbye when you leave a party.
Pity.
Pack up and pack out
pity.
and not say
I
a
don't have
fucking
pity.
thing.
You don't have pity? Well, you
I can't.
proved that with that racer.
Yeah, I just don't. Well, it all depends what it is. I mean, I feel bad, but I don't have pity on people at all for your stupid
Do I lack?
decisions.
I don't even fucking know.
I can't think of anything
I
either.
think I'm
Find it.
bad at.
Personal
It doesn't have to be
quality.
something you're bad
Computer's
at,
running
but just some
low.
type of
Just a
quality that
quality.
you might not have.
Like I pretty much, I kind of have too much of a fucking big heart. That's my biggest downfall.
You're an
is
easy
I
pushover.
Kind
Yeah.
of the same boat.
kind of.
It's a pushover.
Kind of.
Yeah. Wish she had a pair of balls, blue suede balls.
Not blue suede ones.
You know, I just don't want to stir up the fucking pot. Don't want to fucking ripple the fucking water too much. I want to go have a decent time. I don't want
Yeah.
to fucking cause problems. But
I'm the
that
same way
really
to a certain
doesn't
point,
say
but
anything
to
about
a
what
certain-
what I
to-
lack.
I'm the same way to a certain point, but if you really piss me off, I'll
Well, you know,
I'll cause a fucking hurricane if I have to.
Yeah. I think most people are that way when they're cornered like an
I'll say
animal.
what I have
Hey.
to say when I need to say it.
So did you get to
Okay.
answer his question or not?
What?
What
About
trait? What trait?
What quality do
Yeah,
you
I
lack?
heard.
What quality do you lack?
Personal
A
quality.
volume button? Well,
The attention span
Yeah.
button.
Yeah. You don't like to read books?
It's like every
button?
time I fucking mix something up, you're.
I was trying to find something to end with.
Attention span
okay.
of a cricket.
Well, why don't we end my shit so you can end your shit?
Well, he
You have
obviously
nothing?
he
Okay.
obviously
I have
has a
nothing.
lot of things
Obviously
he needs
nobody
to work
has
on.
any.
I got a lot of problems.
Oh, I said mine. Pity.
I'm getting old.
Who's this one?
That ends our near on napalm. So 3 segments down. What do you got for us to end the show?
Well, it's something
Is it a
about,
Robin
it's
Williams
something
thing?
about Robin Williams. It's really actually pretty cool. He had this was back in 1974, I believe it was. It was 1974, I believe it was. He was at
I wasn't even born yet.
what was it? It
No, me either.
can't think of where it was now. This doesn't say, but it was on a full stage. It was a big stage. You could see people 360 degrees all the way around him.
Okay.
And
You know what he's going to say in this?
yes, it
All right,
is-
before we get into that, we close the show with this. We got Spicy Thai Band's coming back tomorrow or next weekend, so we'll have them in house. So
Are we doing a
Tune in
Sunday
for
or
some-
Saturday show?
it'd be Sunday morning. Tune in for that next week Sunday about 8 a.m. and there'll be a lot of fun and laughing going on and some good music. Probably hear some good music and. Maybe we'll see another tampon get dipped in vodka or something like that.
exactly.
Or a pad this time? Who
Who's all
knows?
coming?
Pat, Patience,
Oh, my
Brian.
girlfriend will be here.
Yeah, your girlfriend.
Eric ain't gonna be here?
Huh?
Eric ain't gonna be here.
Eric.
Schmeez. Schmeezel?
No. I don't know who the fuck you're talking
He's the
about.
bass player.
Oh, no.
For
I don't-
Spicy
he,
Thai.
he can, yeah. I don't know if he is. I don't know who all's coming. I know they're coming, but I don't know if everyone's coming.
Because I work with Eric every day.
Well, yeah, talk to him about it. See if he knows anything about it.
I'll find out.
Because I talked to Pat and Brian, so.
I'll tell him he'll have to come.
All right. All right, perfect. So we got that coming up, and then
he's like 6.
we've been talking and
Comes up
working
with
on
shit so fast,
Dicks, or the Night of the Living Dicks. So it looks like we're doing our Halloween haunted house and our
2 days,
live
for 2
show
days
at
Mulligan's in the basement. $5 to get in it. But all that money goes to the Pub Pilot
Pilot?
program.
Yeah. All right. So there's that. And then what do
We
you
should almost have like an Easter egg in there. If anybody can find the dick in there,
Yeah, there you
you
go.
get a prize.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
If you can
Is
find,
it going to glow?
I don't know.
we're gonna have to do
Never thought of it.
A glowworm?
we're
Yeah.
gonna have to take a dildo and make it look like the alien that comes out of the chest and have it run around the room.
A face hugger.
Face hugger.
Hey, if we can get one, I can put it in my little helicopter wing and fly it around. I can only do it for 8 minutes at a
Flying
time.
dicks.
Flying meat.
It's
The flying sausage.
all right. So
Flying
what's
meat
this you want to
spinner.
close the show out with?
All right, this is actually I'm not going to probably play the whole thing, but it's actually pretty cool though. It's
Okay.
5 minutes long.
Holy shit!
And-
5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. But it's Robin Williams on stage as the American flag.
Okay.
He is the American flag.
He is the American flag. Oh, this is 1982. I'm sorry.
I'm the one that they're singing about. Yeah, I'm the Stars and Stripes forever. Star Spangled Banner. You can call me Old Glory, but let's just keep it simple. Just call me Flag. Oh, say, can you see? Okay. Still flag humor. Well, you probably don't recognize me. You say, who is that, Evel Knievel? No way. Yeah, you see, you can't recognize me because
I'm in my birthday suit, yes.
I'm wearing the original 13 here. Yeah. I remember Miss Betsy sitting there going,
Oh, this could be the start of something big. Ooh. Oh, Tom, don't be a pain.
yes. I was born June 14th, 1777. That makes me a Gemini. Unpredictable, crazy. Yes, I like the outdoors, and I'm the life of any party, whether it be Republican, Democrat, Independent, Socialist, anything libertarian, I'll be there. You know, I'm 204 years old. People say, Flag, how do you stay so young? Is it jogging? No. Is it tennis? No. It's waving. You know, we're talking about billowing, furling, and unfurling. Richard Simmons, eat your heart out. Yeah, but it hasn't always been easy for me, though. I had a tough puberty. Yeah, war, famine, invasion. And 1861, well, I had a little skin problem that broke out into 34 stars. But now, well, little patience, and look what we got now. Look at this. Hold on here. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Oh, 50. Everybody's on here. Look at this. Alaska. Hawaii. Yeah, we got your Tennessee. How are you doing today? Here's Vermont. You can't get there from here. And there's California. For sure, totally. Like I said before, you know, I had a tough time for a while. I've been in a lot of wars. They fired missiles and muskets at me, but you know, come the dawn's early light, I'm still there. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, I've been made into everything from designer jeans to T-shirts, and I've even been a cape for Mick Jagger. Well, all right. The Rockets red glare. Well, all right. But people haven't always been respectful to me. Sometimes it's been tough. There have been some people try and spit on me, trample me, burn me. Foreigners and occasionally some Americans too, but I don't let it get me down because I'm not a stay-at-home kind of flag. You know, I've been to Europe. I've been to both North and South Pole. I was at Iwo Jima. Recently, I've even been to the moon. You see me in all sorts of different postures. When I'm like this, that means everything is okay. When I'm upside down, well, put on your Mae West and hit the deck. But when I'm like this, well, that's not my favorite position because, well, that's half-mast. I don't mean to bum you out. I didn't come here to depress you. But I got to tell you something honestly. I haven't been getting out much lately. I guess it's not very chic to put up the flag anymore, you know. Muffin and I have a flag, but we haven't found it for very long. Hey, but look at it this way. Don't look at it as saluting me. Look at it as saluting yourselves. You know, hey, I'm just a flag, a symbol. You're the people. If I may say so from here, Long may you wave.
All right. That's a good place to end.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. That's a good way to end it.
Cool.
Let's pull out.
Hey, wave.
Like a flag.
That's how we stay so young.
All right, goodbye.